Hello everybody, welcome back to FFF number 104. We are in a brand new room. We have 70 attendees, and it is looking like it is going to be as great of a night as ever. Of course, we have our main bracket, Smash Ultimate. We also have our side brackets, Super Smash Brawl, and Pokken Tournament. We do not have Street Fighter as we usually would, but we will have Street Fighter as usual every single week. After this week, I'm a
New year, new us.
New year, new me, new
Ours is not as much as something new, but we're still really trying to get something to do.
I'll probably get the big bang. Yeah, what's your resolution?
Not as much as last year's, but I think just cooking more because now that I'm getting closer to being really with the adults, I'm gonna need to be able to cook.
I noticed part of the college after a couple of years. They kind of all just got really good at pretending that they have their like they don't actually. That's my word of wisdom. Don't let anyone think that they have their like more good at they're also trying to do stuff.
It's something that I realized talking to one of my friends. Like no one really expects to graduate college. Not that like everyone thinks they're gonna fail, but you don't really think about it until it gets really close. You're like, oh, I'm here.
I mean, you're telling me I'm a junior. It's kind of like, oh, that means I'm almost done. Especially because this is my second semester. So,
Oh yeah.
next semester, I'm a senior.
Crazy. It's the same as like high school. Like in middle school, elementary school, even in high school, I never thought like I know I'm graduating, but you don't really get that real realization. But then you're like, oh wait, I'm here.
I'm thinking about my legacy. I'm taking over after this.
It's true. I'm staying here. Full time.
Super senior bad.
Just get full time classes.
Full time is going to be awesome. But so look, it's Coach.
Stop the battle!
Jason.
Kazuya!
Chief Public, the new coach of Smash. If you would want to say hi or something before we get this event kicked off, how's it going?
Hello, everyone. It's me, Storm. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm alive. I didn't die.
Contrary
Contrary
to
to
popular
popular
belief.
belief, but they're getting started, so bye.
Okay.
Do it! Yes!
like I've seen him play Cloud.
Yeah. I was like,
As I run.
because of his girlfriend. Also, that's game 1 for Wolf tonight.
Did catch the roll there with the side beat, just right spacing it. He would have caught either if he would have just stayed there, or if Solt did roll, and so, you know, kind of works out.
If Solt is who I think he is, he might be the most common player for round 1 besides Lost One
Yeah,
in terms of being on stream.
absolutely.
Speaking of, I would like to talk to my people behind the broadcast for a second. It is Wolfenite with a U, not an O. You can see in his in-game tag right there. Just a small thing. He's definitely not the type of guy who's going to get pressed about that. But some top players later in the bracket will be like, my name is spelled wrong on the top 8 graphic. And I'm like, well, fair enough. At first I thought it was kind of corny, but then I realized I was like, okay, actually it does sometimes matter if they're like trying to advertise like, look how good of a player I am, and it's spelled wrong. So they're like, I don't think that's you. And they're like, no, it's me. Trust me.
It's definitely me. This says Salt instead of Solt. What?
Yeah. So Solt is playing Pac-Man now. Again, I feel like I've seen so many different characters. Pac-Man, one of my favorites.
He's just a funny little guy.
So I thought I had a character growing up for like years, and then I realized that the real problem is that most of the characters I like the most are just bottom tiers, or at least low tiers. Zelda, Incineroar, Belmont, Robin, and the one character that's the exception for Pac-Man. He's super high tier. He's one of those characters where it's like it's kind of just like his boxing tools are definitely one of his specialties. That projectile is considered one of the best in the game. Hydra gets him a lot of stage control, but the real thing is ultimately just like such a creative flow for his advantage state, especially with Galaxian. That's just the thing that really attracts me. He's very goofy, very creative character. Again, getting Apple there instead of any other fruit completely changed that interaction. And if he had like Bell,
Absolutely.
Schwarber.
You just, the potential there is great, and not only the potential, but also the ease. Essentially, there's a low enough floor to where you really can just easily pick him up without feeling like you have to put 40 hours a week into learning this character.
Yeah.
But if you do, of course.
That's definitely the appeal for Cloud too. And that's the other thing with Pac-Man is it's kind of just like he doesn't have like the most outstanding whatever. Like Cloud has probably, if not, he definitely has one of, if not the best background. Pac-Man doesn't have anything like that where it's like, oh, he's got the best F move, he's got the best background. He just has he has like pretty good of all of those, and doesn't really have any bad moves besides up tilt. And even then, it's just because it doesn't scoop, where he has moves that do that and like hit up. Although he has better anti-airs basically.
That's something in a similar but not similar vein, like I was playing a lot of Peach, and like what you find is like some characters that are good, it's not always because they have a good move per se, even though Peach does. But like if you have options to really react to any situation, then as long as you're anticipating something, you really feel like you can just overcome the situation. So it's a lot harder to really get discouraged.
Yeah. It's relaxing. Oh, that's happened before. It's funny. I just got sorry to the folks at home. Apparently we're not in mono right now, so I'm on the left here and you're in the right here. I'm like, okay. I have too many streams in this case. It's very funny. We will get that fixed right away because we have really great dedicated people behind our production team.
I figure there's certain situations where like you would mix up who's talking, and it would be fine because you can kind of envision the other person's talking in the same way that the other person is.
Yeah.
And then there's times where you're like, you've got some like, I don't even know if it was like me and like, let's see, who's a good example? Even like me and like Storm underscore. If you had us both here and you heard his voice and words coming out of what looked like my side and my mouth, you'd be very confused.
Yeah.
Or like me and like Dan.
Yeah.
It's very easy, but I do wonder is like how noticeable.
No, I mean right now they have
Yeah. Is it the right ears to where you would expect?
It doesn't.
Like,
well, I mean, you're supposed to be both.
yes.
So.
Well, yeah, but if you want to like tune you out, then you just.
Solt did just take game 2, so that is a congrats to Solt. Uh-oh.
True. A small distraction.
Looking pretty good. Like I said, he does pretty strong performances. we do see some people take some upsets on him, but he definitely never goes down without a fight, and that's what you love to see about players like this, especially in the early rounds. It's what makes early FFFs what like super interesting to watch in the best fights in the bracket, is because like I feel like there's no better way to say it than it's always just the players with nothing to lose, you know?
Yep.
Especially Wolf and I trying to have a really good night tonight because he is looking to be on the team.
Does kind of look like an anime character or something. He's got like
Yeah.
fedora. He's got
He has got a very defined sense of style, and I always say it's like that's what fashion is all about. Is that just having something that is your defined look rather than like
what a
dead.
what a tag.
He's dead. Oh, that gives Wolf and I enough time to charge half limit. That's really strong.
I like how he teched it, but maybe didn't really expect to, maybe, or didn't know what to do afterwards.
Nice.
Loves
Already
that
blowing up a lot.
side
Again, so I said like a lot of times, collab players are kind of straight swing. Wolfenite is starting to get in his element, especially now that he's got a pretty decent lead, where he's kind of just like hanging back. Oh no! Soul could have backdoor and had such a good advantage there by getting Wolfenite off stage, and he just went for it on instead. Because like this is a platform fighter. You want to get them off the stage. Throwing them back onto the stage when you like are already behind, it's like, oh, you don't have the stage control like that.
Oh, see if you can start anything.
Say, oh, nice though, showing that Kazuya jump scare factor.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see it's almost even already. He's definitely brought it back.
Nice soul going for that side B. Okay, Wolfenite again with limit. Nice using Blade Beam.
Looks like he tried to reflect it.
He definitely did. That would have absolutely killed the world. Nice, that falling back here. That's another thing is that we were, again, obviously, I am one of the people on the panel deciding the team, or at least like taking notes of the drafts. And we were like, if we just teach this kid how to spam back air, easy
True.
like level up. And I just saw him throw it out there, and I'm like, yes, it is an extremely strong tool. Like I said, one of the best in the game. It's mostly just for size and speed and power. When you mix all three of those factors together, you really can't get a more perfect move than fly backer.
Yeah, range, disjoint, speed, going back.
Yeah.
It just does it. It just does it.
Nice. That dash attack is also putting in a lot of work here. No downer just yet. That's another thing I've noticed Wolfenite has loves to do in his games is try to punch with that down air. Will the F smash kill? It will. All right, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it was pretty charged too because of that spot dodge. So Wolfenite takes it 2-1, and he is moving on. Again, let's see if he can keep that up and have a good night tonight.
Yeah, great gameplay by both players there. That was very solid.
Oh, hello. That was Ty. He's our new events coordinator. He's essentially what you might want to call my boss. Well, not my boss. My boss is Alex, but he is the boss of this event. And he's a great guy. He's actually the former roommate of Thwomp, if you know that. You in the AZ community may know JT Thwomp, the Sonic player. JT. Oh, there he is.
Who would have thought?
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Yeah, he used to be the roommate of Ty, and now Ty is a worker here. He's actually a full-time position here.
Really?
That's what I meant to emphasize. I feel like we don't emphasize this on stream enough. This is us running this event. It's an all-student team. It's we're both students. The people running our production are both students. The TOs are students. It is a really strong opportunity where it's like if you have an interest in esports, if you have an interest in broadcast, either of those two, and you would like to learn both, this is a great place to work.
Very solid.
Love my bosses. It's really funny getting to have like this really strong connection with all of the people who are my peers.
Very true.
And of course, again, the full-time positions are people who have been hired because they are actually professionals in this field who can kind of instruct us what to do. But everyone else, we all have the part-time positions, and it's a great time.
Yeah, it is funny. Just definitely a mixture of like, you know, we want to make sure we're as professional as possible in this, but there is still that aspect of
It's a Smash tournament.
it's a Smash tournament, and we're all having a good time, and so it is fun. So
Speaking of a good time, I have been working out recently, and I am super sore because I have worked out the same couple machines for the past couple days, which means it's the same areas of my body that have been getting that workout. So you might be seeing me do this a lot today.
The weirdest one is like, you know, if you do like upper body, like shoulders, chest, and stuff.
For me, it's been shoulders and like the lats, like the back of the
Yeah.
shoulders. So I'm just like, oh. So anytime I do this, I'm like, oh. I also did today. I did more. I think it was leg curls.
Okay.
So I was like walking up the stairs after. I was like literally doing this, and I was like, I hope no one thinks I'm injured.
One of my favorite interactions I think I've had at just here at GCU with someone that I didn't know was I was going through a hallway in one of my friends' buildings, leaving from I think we did like a Bible read through, and I see this dude, and he's like struggling to walk, and you can just tell like he is not feeling great, and it wasn't. And I was just like, you just hit legs? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you got it, brother.
I have a story like that. Hold up. See this scar? I was trying to find the ones on my hands, but they're actually mostly healed. Oh, I'm getting calluses back now.
Okay.
But I was coming back from Taco Bell, and I was skateboarding as one does. So when we were back to Ponderosa, and something random. I didn't even trip. It's literally just like something stopped my board, and I went flying, and I went bam, like slammed my hands on the thing.
Okay.
So I scarred up my hands. I got that elbow scar that I just showed you. I had some scrapes on my legs as well, but it's mostly like I did a pretty good job of absorbing the hit into not my face, so that was good.
That's solid.
My Baja Blast, my Taco Bell Baja Blast, exploded. Quite literally exploded on contact with the ground to the point there was like a splatter that it looked like a Looney Tunes cartoon that I got like flattened into the road. It was really funny. Also, I think we're about to start our next match. Hopefully, they do not get Baja blasted. That's really bad. Sorry. I was trying to think of something else to do with that.
He is basically almost Baja Blast colored, so
That's true.
we got science.
I was like, what were the last two words? I said splattered, Baja Blast. I'm like, okay, I gotta pick that. I love Yoshi. Whoa! Not a character I think I would play, but definitely something like that. Like I said, I only played but not in a way where I'm like, oh, my low tier is so good. I'm like, no, there's no excuse.
Is Yoshi more likely to be a Pokemon or Kirby?
I thought you were about or Pikachu, and I'm like, well, Parker, I have news for you.
Sorry to break it to you.
Parker, I don't know how to tell you this.
I can name any Pokemon.
I've been coming to love Pikachu. Not in Smash. Nobody cares for him in Smash, besides those that play him. But Pikachu the Pokemon, I really like. Me and my friends, we have matching Cowboy Pikachu stickers.
That's sick.
On our laptops, and it's really good for you. This is again another wisdom and a piece of advice for you. It's a really good idea to start liking Pikachu because you will never run out of merchandise, ever.
Very true.
Any establishment, if Pikachu's one of your favorite Pokemon, you're covered. It's like him being one of your favorite. It's like maining him in this game. You're like, you never gotta worry about your cut.
No.
He might get changed, but like probably not. Even Mario, like is never gonna get cut, but they might change him eventually. Pikachu, it's like they kind of already got everything he does. Don't come to me in a couple months when they unveil Smash 6 and Pikachu's kit is completely different. I disavow everything I just said. Yep. Nice up smash. Thunder. I would say Spidey is pulling ahead here. Cyan is a fellow commentator of mine, so definitely never going to hold against him too much. Also, he is pulling ahead now. Nice for net. Oh, yeah.
I do feel like Kirby might be more likely of a Pokemon than Yoshi, but at the same time, Yoshi definitely is more simple.
Yoshi's a dragon type already.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you have like what, dragon? You can even do fairy, dragon, fairy.
Sure.
You got the eggs. I don't know. You could do earth even. Who knows?
It's kind of Dragon Fire to the Final Smash in the old games, but I think Dragon Fairy definitely.
I mean, but then at the same time, Kirby, you know, like a normal,
Probably normal fairy.
basically Ditto. But then you already have Ditto, so Kirby's not in this match. But
Cyan has been doing a lot of dash grab, which I feel like is so laggy on Yoshi. It's like, please look out. I was playing Yoshi the other day, kind of just abusing all of the things that he has. Like, his back air, his up air, his tilts, all the good stuff. And I realized I was like, I bet this pivot grab is insane. You know what I'm saying? Because the tether grab, which are usually insane on pivot. Like, because isn't Greninja's like insane?
absolutely.
I'm sure you can say as a Greninja player. So I was like, okay. I'll look at this. And what did I know? Cyan just ate a F smash. Oh no, he got the punish the wrong way. Now he's back off stage. He's not looking good for Science. Spidey is pulling ahead again, and another F smash.
There it is.
They just walked into those twice. Ugh.
Spidey said,
Pikachu.
"I'm doing it again," and it worked.
You hate to see it. You really do.
I think it's a very interesting matchup because both of these. At first, you think both of these characters benefit a lot off of shielding.
Yeah.
Yoshi has Nair, Pikachu has back air. You're like, oh, both of these characters, they're going to be shielding a lot. However, Nair's not going to hit Pikachu because he's just a little guy.
He's so small.
Pancakes so often. And so I feel like it's very difficult here for Cyan to really punish stuff, which is maybe why we've seen so many dash grabs.
Pancaking is messed up. I saw that when I was watching a tournament recently. There was a Pikachu player, and they pancaked something insane. And I was like, what a wonderful mechanic.
Yeah, this is terrible.
You could just become undetectable to most moves in the game.
Oh, yeah. Even like, because I was playing with my roommate and I was playing Peach. And it was like down tilt makes me pancake like Samus jab.
Yeah.
And like Snake jab. And it was
Just
just
low
like,
profile it, yeah.
just
I think the
do
only
it.
pancakes are
I think,
Pikachu,
yeah.
Pichu, and Kirby, right?
Not quite a full pancake, but
Yeah.
hitbox shifting, which is
Yeah.
primarily
Low profile.
emphasized in,
You're saying?
very much emphasized the most in pancaking with characters like Pikachu. Hey, it feels good to be playing as the character. Maybe not as much to be playing against it, but
I also
beggars can't be choosers.
I also love hitbox shifting with the lankier human character. Even Lucina has some really weird ones. Where you're just like, oh, they just didn't hit me. Sorry, bud.
The like forward smashes that you kind of like reel back a little bit for, like Mario's and Yoshi.
Oh, Nina, wow, what an interaction.
Crazy. What did Cyan?
That's what I was thinking. Normally I would be like, clip that, but I'm also like, I don't know if I can really break down for you what happened there first.
Like, I know Spidey up smash, but what did Cyan?
Yeah, it's like, what did Cyan do to do all that?
But it didn't kill.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, it couldn't have been a smash. Pikachu's at 120 right
His forward smashes are really coming out. I do wonder why he's not opting for up smash.
Spidey?
For Cyan.
Oh, Cyan. I was going to say, Spidey is relying on forward smash because Cyan keeps running into them. Up smash for
That makes sense.
Yoshi is super good. One of my favorite things with Yoshi is drag down and back air up smash. Things I don't think you can do that on Pikachu.
Very true. We saw him get kind of that drag down back air.
Oh, nice.
Right,
There we go.
there it is.
Again, there we go. Exactly what we're talking about. Commentator's blessing to Cyan.
I'm not saying anything for Spidey, but he did tech that, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on purpose, but that definitely helped Cyan out a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't matter.
I thought you meant like that's crazy good.
Yeah, if you did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. Maybe he's
Yeah,
going like that.
I miss that tech every day of my life. Nice.
I did play Greninja once or twice, just a few times at the tryouts, and once was against Mr. Grizz. And Mr. Grizz was on the team as last semester.
Yeah.
And it's hard because people actually like can tech the drag downs, which is something that did not happen near as much before, which is really funny because I'm glad. It makes me have to think more. But it does make my job a little harder. I can't just go, whoa, dash attack up there. Yippee! I have to actually follow up with stuff.
Hold on, I'm trying to... I have to say, follow up on that, folks. Because like we said, there's a lot of people nobody on screen right now. However, Cyan is hoping to come to GCU relatively soon for their Masters.
Very good.
I just know because they were asking me about commenting. I would love to have you on. I don't think you have to be able to.
This match is going similar to the last one, but it seems like Cyan's going to pick up that kill and then we'll be pretty close.
Cyan is one of becoming one of the more experienced people. Obviously, the main names that always come to mind are Juice, Torch, Taco Waffle. The old heads for sure. We are really like commentator room here. And honestly, it'd be really cool if we could get our commentators out to outside events more often. We have a nice.
Air dodge read.
Yeah.
Spidey gonna pick up the dub.
Really strong time. Again, Cyan no slouch either. Like you said, Spidey kind of had that download.
We saw in the same kind of that first match. He just kind of kept it under control, made sure nothing went too crazy. Definitely held on to his stocks well,
Yeah.
and so definitely kind of orchestrated his way to that victory there. Just very solid. It's a good win.
We are about to get another person who's very strongly in contention for making the team right now. Player name apparently has had an amazing run throughout tryouts to the point where it's like he's not just in contention for either team, because a lot of people are like, okay, maybe varsity. Player name is like pretty solidly making a run for varsity right now.
Nice.
So again, really excited to see if he can make a strong performance here. It's important to note. I mean, first day of tryouts was Wednesday. Second day of tryouts was yesterday, Thursday. Third day is tomorrow, Saturday. But today's FFF does not actually count towards like your score, in the terms of like it can't harm you, but it can always help you. So like if you go 0-2 today, whatever, maybe you had a bad background run, we're not going to hold that against you. But if you like pop off and get top 8 today, it looks pretty good on your resume. We're just saying, it's definitely something we encourage people to attend if they're trying out for the team, because it's just a good idea, you know.
Solid. Might as well.
Okay. Look at Mr. Grizz. Hey, that's the people's champ. People's choice, Mr. Grizz. Of course, our beloved member of the community, Simply Turtles, left the community because he graduated, and his father, Paul Ice, was looking for a new member of the community to cheer on throughout all of his ups and downs, his highs and lows, his wins and losses, his upsets and his getting upset. And the people's choice was Mr. Grizz. So it looks like that is who the Ice family will be backing from here on out.
Sounds
There's
good.
some other great suggestions in there, like 10 Rayman or Galaxia, but it looks like Mr. Grizz is who it turned out to be.
Really took the.
I think another great suggestion was the Zivas, because Noah, Simply Turtles, always said, I'm Team Andrew, and Andrew's the Zivas. And again, there he is. They're always here.
Always here?
He was like, I'm Team Andrew, and I was like, come on, your whole family could be Team Andrew if you told him. But now we'll never know.
Who knows?
Look at it, James and Wolf and I, again, both trying to
So
make the team right now.
So it is funny now. I feel old going to the tryouts, and I'm like, I'm one of the people here that people know. Whereas like my freshman year, I was like, I don't know any of these people.
What's up? Player name plays Captain Falcon.
His name's Mark.
Mark, yeah. So, no, I completely feel you. We were talking about this earlier. So, I was saying, to me, the GCU old heads are the Mena brothers. Sam,
Yes.
Jam Jars, and
Very true.
Dan, Captain Crunch. Those are like the grandpas have been here since day one, will be here since the end of time. That's like their whole thing. Some people call Josiah Anarch Zero and the new coach, Storm _ Casey, they call them old heads, and I'm like, that cannot be true. I went to school with them. I was like, if they are, I am an old head, and that is obviously not true. I was like, I'm like Gen 3 or 4, which is insane because now we're in like Gen 6 or 7, so it's weird that I am now technically older, more known, more respected members of the community, I guess. All I do is talk funny on the mic. Speaking of talking funny on the mic, player name versus Scooby Drew. Again, I think like player name. Player name is someone else. Someone else got a notable win on Scooby Drew recently. I don't remember who it was. Anyway, what I can tell you, player name making his run for varsity. A lot of that is it's gonna be hard to tell what their progress is looking like in this early part of the bracket. We're gonna see it pan out the later they get. So right now, player name just has to worry about getting that raise. Very nice, just kind of throwing out Falcon. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of tomahawking and throwing out Falcon kicks and call out that Scooby Drew is doing nothing. There's a community floating. A phrase floating throughout the GCU Smash community right now called fake neutral, which is because a couple players lovingly banded together to have Mars quote unquote criticize a set of Ags versus Secretaries. He was mod reviewing it and boom, online. Very funny. And the number one thing that he kept calling out Ags for was fake neutral, which is basically that you walk up and walk back and you kind of just not do anything. It's just like pretending to put on pressure without actually doing anything to put on pressure. And I think we saw a player named punish Scooby Drew a little bit of that a second ago, but right now Scooby is coming back with it, so they still have every opportunity to even out their stocks, especially because they just hit a nair. Oh, not a second nair though. That's where Palu does her best work. I am shocked, befuddled with that red spark, by the way. Count it safe, man. I love this stage.
is my personal favorite.
Same here. It's sometimes hard to articulate why, whereas like, I don't know, it just feels like
Makes me happy.
it's dynamic. I like the blast zones. I like the aesthetic overall.
There's not too much going on, but there's not nothing going on.
Exactly.
Gracie Grace makes me feel rich.
It's true. Yeah, I was like, I don't even like Animal Crossing. So for those who do,
That's crazy.
yeah, I know. It's my toxic trait, to be honest.
It is.
Is that I've only played one Animal Crossing game and I didn't like it.
That's crazy. My roommate doesn't like it. I don't. My friends don't like it. So you're not. You're in the unpopular opinion for probably most gamers.
The silent majority.
But yeah, it really is.
No, yeah, I've been. I don't say I dislike it, because it wasn't really a New Year's resolution. More of a this is the thing I'll generally do as a person. I try not to be a hater.
Yeah.
I just don't think I really get anything out of it. It only makes other people feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Maybe you do play Palutena. That's your business. That's between you and God.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
I actually like Palutena. Because they're just, ooh, nice. Again, another just like kind of just tomahawking and then falcon kick.
Good
Well,
mix-ups.
again, once he realizes that Scooby-Doo's not actually intending to burst on him.
If you realize someone's acting fully on like pre-anticipated, premeditated things, it's like
Just a
oh,
flow
you
chart,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, change it a little bit. So I think Town and City also has good music. You know, if you're doing Bubblegum KK, just kind of gets you in the
True.
mood. So it tends to help, but it's a game that I played as a child with my mom and my brothers.
That's cute.
So it's very much
That's
like.
what I've always said. I would get back into New Horizons if I had someone to play with.
See, I'm sure that is the #1 reason why people don't like it. Because if you play it by yourself, you just feel alone.
Yeah, I got it because it was COVID and everyone else was getting it. So I had the assumption of like, okay, we're all gonna play this. We played. No, the most fun I had in the game was visiting friends.
Oh, great.
But the game just felt kind of stale a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was weird because it's not like that's the type of game I dislike. That's for some people they just don't like that kind of game. That's fair. But I kind of do. I like being cozy.
Sure.
I just heard the TOS saying that they play DLC. That's what I thought they said. Really funny. If that is the case. It's not. It's just not a good. The world's not made for people to play DLC. It is, but it isn't. Again, it's one of those things where it's like the world is made for them actually. It's just the community will be mad at you for something that's not your fault.
You know what the world is made for? Nair won me, and that's what Player did. We take.
Or Palu just nair. That's what I was gonna mention. Is that, like Palu's one of those characters where it's like I like her. I like playing as her because it's just one of those characters where all of her stuff just kind of works, and that's really nice. It's just nice to have a character that feels good to control. No other way to put it. Falcon's kind of like that too. It's just Falcon's very fundies based.
The thing is, like, I don't mind playing characters that are good as long as I feel like I can like combo them. And like that's the thing with Palutena, and same with Captain Falcon. Is sure they might be good. Palutena is very good, but when you really get down to it, it's like you can still have fun by doing your own thing and just kind of ignoring the fact that you might be playing against another character. Whereas if you're playing someone that's bad but is annoying, then it kind of just sucks.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is like no one likes to play a character that is that is difficult to control and doesn't work. And the people who do use it as an excuse, they'll be like, "Well, my character was bad." It's like, "Well, pick a different character." Don't play with someone you don't believe can win, unless they're really cool. There's exceptions to every rule, of course.
That's how I feel playing Peach.
Yeah. Yeah, Peach is great.
Peach is stupid.
Float is just such a funny.
I think Peach is an exception because she does work, but she doesn't feel like she should be working. She just does.
Ease of control is a big thing there as well.
Very true.
Because like again, I was saying Captain Falcon and Paladins, especially Paladins, you kind of just like trust you will be able to make them work.
Player name is putting somewhat of a clinic here.
Yeah.
Just kind of not getting hit with anything crazy, getting down airs,
I was saying
winning games.
there's something crazy right there. Yeah.
There it is. I think it's definitely something where both of these characters don't have great recoveries, and that's where we really saw it manifest. Is player name is just downer,
Yeah.
you're dead, goodbye. That's the set. Shake my hand.
Yeah. Shake my. GG.
He's walking this way.
Shake my
He's
hand.
like, yeah, get wrecked.
He's him.
You know, you ever wonder what people are thinking when they beat you?
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to think like, oh, I
Oh,
beat them. This is what they might be thinking.
I play Incineroar, so I kind of know. Because usually that means I took game 2 on someone who I absolutely should not be taking games off of, and they're just going like, oh, and they're just like mauled. It's really funny.
Yeah. Well, and then when they beat you, what's the minds like? What do you think people are thinking?
Wow, that was the most frustrating experience of my life.
This guy's. I was.
Like, wow, that person is not good at all.
I remember my freshman year. I played against Oroy, who was a Roy player.
Wow.
And it was
Okay, Oroy.
quite a while ago, and he's very good. And I think I lost the first game, won the second game, and then in the third game, it was very close. And Tom just yelled out, "Greninja's cringe," and I was like, "This is exactly what Oroy's
All
thinking
right, I gotta
right
lock
now."
in.
I lost the game.
Oh no, that you're gonna
But-
lock in.
But no, it didn't work. But I was like, this is probably what Oroy's thinking right now.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm in his head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cough real quick.
I was playing Dragon Ball Fighters with some friends, and we were doing a raid because raids are back, which is really awesome. Because that's a 3v3 game, and there is a mode where you and 2 of your friends can play on one team against like a bot. Because usually, obviously, it's you controlling 3 players and you characters, and you swap them through. But instead, it's a raid. And I was playing one of my better characters in the game, Android 16. He's also a grappler, and I was like, wait, I forgot, I'm washed because grapplers only have to rely on human error. I was like, or at least mine does. It's the same thing with like Incineroar, where it's like 90% of what I'm getting from Incineroar is my opponent being scared when they don't necessarily have to be, because I'm doing the best I can to pressure them and make them more scared than they should be.
That's very true. Different characters definitely have different means of forcing their opponents into things. Some are more mental, some are more force.
I said I was bringing my arm up to scratch, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sore. Because it's this muscle.
Yeah. What do you do
And
even
it's
about
just
being sore? You know, nothing. You just have to struggle through it
Yeah, and you kind of just keep being sore until
until you're not.
you're not, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Just good luck, have fun.
It was really bad because I got like a weird knot in my shoulder when I was like getting out of a car, and I was like, oh. But then it was fine, so it's okay.
Solid.
Yeah.
Well, got a little bit of time.
That's my New Year's resolution. I don't really do New Year's resolutions. I never have.
Yeah.
But they're like general thing that I guess you could say I'm working on, and it just happens to coincide with the beginning of the new year. It's just kind of like, again, just like general self-maintenance of both, like, you know, my body and my mind and my spirit. Whereas, like, you know, spiritually, just trying to be more present for other people, you know, especially in conversation. Physically, it's like, you know, just working out kind of just because, just to be more fit.
Solid.
And mentally, I'm kind of just trying to, I said the big thing is basically more seriously pursuing the things I want to do. Stuff like voice acting, where I was like, you know what, I've been doing a workshop on and off for like a year now. You know what? I'm going to start actually auditioning for stuff. I'm going to figure out how to do that and then start doing it. Because it's funny, I bet you the number one question every professional gets whenever they go to a panel is, how do I do this? So if you go to a voice acting panel, you're like, how do I get into voice acting? If you go to a commentator thing, the question will be like, how do you get into commentary? If you go into a filmmaking conference, they'll say, how do you start making movies? And the answer is always just start. You're asking me, how do you start, when you literally, all you have to do, you're the only one who could start.
Very true.
Like, yes, you can look up resources that help you start, but until you start writing, you will never be a writer.
As Yoda says.
Yeah.
Do or do not. There is no try. Well, you try to do.
It's just funny because it's always with the mental stuff, like writing or voice acting. It's never with the physical stuff. No one asks an athlete, how do you get into swimming? You just start swimming.
It's interesting, too, because it's almost ironic where it's like, you want to do this thing. You
Yeah.
enjoy doing this thing.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
Yeah.
So, it's very true.
Undiagnosed ADHD. That's the worst thing ever. Where I saw something that really spoke to me, where it was something to the effect of, if you were lazy, if you were actually just lazy, you would be having fun. And I'm like, that was a perfect way to describe it, because it's like sometimes there's something you want to do or even need to do, and you know you have to do it, and you legitimately want to get it done, but you just can't. You just like sit in front of your computer for hours, and you're just like, well, I guess it's gonna be late. I guess I'm turning it in tomorrow.
Yeah, it's true.
And thankfully, anytime there's like stake behind a thing, that never happens. Like if it's like like I have to finish an article for here, easy. I'm done. I'm done by whatever time they need to be done because it's easy. But if it's like a thing where it's like it's just I want to do this for my own passion, want to have it done for my own passion, it's like it takes forever. It's rough. It's a rough world out there.
Very much so.
Don't ever let anyone tell you being creative is easy.
Very true.
You're looking wide on camera. What's up?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Are you work on it?
it's funny because I work out not because I like working out, but because I like hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's
a great way to
despise
get
going
into
to the gym by myself.
Yeah.
But I've got a friend that I go with, and it's solid because we just hang out, we talk, and it's like great.
I had to go by myself for the last like 2 of the 3 times I went because they went at inconvenient times, so I kind of just had to drag myself, which is fine. It kind of shows exactly what I mean, where it's like I just need to be told to do something once, and then I'll do it.
You gotta make like a.
I can finish it when I start, but I should be told to start.
The Zevis, a little popping off combo here. Oh my word, 76. Crazy. And he's back to 0. Now he's back to 30.
The Zevis, another player very strongly in contention right now. Really, really gunning for that varsity spot. Like I said, varsity is getting a little bit competitive, especially with those like last spot or two. So it's going to be really vital, especially because a win on Taquitos is actually not that's like a pretty good win, especially because it's winners round 3. Like that's not half bad for the Zetas if we can get there. Also, speaking of which, still in winners. That alone is like a pretty good sign for how the rest of your night might go.
Very. Boom! There's the back throw.
Like obviously everyone in contention for the team is like just trying as hard as they can to like make top 8, at least top 16. Because if you make top 8 tonight, you have a lot better of a shot for making it.
I personally am a big fan of the Zevis, so I'm currently rooting for him with no biases.
Yeah.
But currently rooting for him. But we'll see if Taquito can.
Team manager is what the people say.
Yes.
Former TD here. He has like so much experience doing this at like off-campus events. Where he'll like run string. He's actually a big reason why I got this job is because I was like, I want to do commentary, and he was like, okay.
He is why I got this job.
And he told my boss, oh yeah, true. You were just like in the arena. They were like, hey, we need someone to watch Fortnite. Do you want a job?
He said, yes, Andrew, you're the best.
Whereas I was like, hey, I want to do commentary, but like more seriously. Ooh, no, nice. Andrew pulling ahead. Yeah, I was like, hey, I want to do commentary more seriously. And he was like, okay. And he just told my boss that he needed me.
Andrew's a G. And it's looking good for him at the moment, so we're going to see if he can kind of keep up this momentum here. Lots of fire coming out.
They're joking about like our conversation. They're like, hey, FFF is all based on nepotism, and they're saying Evan, our current TD. They're like, hey, as soon as you stop doing this, if you enter an FFF to play, like we are putting you on stream round 1, and we are rooting for you. We'll pop the confetti.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. If only we could run side bets. That'd be so funny. This would become the best competitive scene of all time.
It would be, truly.
Especially because, again, like I said, a big thing I want to start doing is, we'll probably do it tonight for maybe the people in grants, but mic work. Like kind of like we had, I think you were there for the last FFF of the year where we had that grudge match between Captain Krupp and Bright. Where I was like, I want to start doing that. Literally the WWE-esque like mic promotion. Dang, another death. Just kind of getting sent too far to recover. Wait, why did he fastball? I mean, we saw that they had the bomb out. It could have potentially blown up and launched them a little closer and reset.
Probably has a better grasp of the timing, maybe said.
Touche, yeah, what am I? That's the number one thing commentators should always remind themselves. What do I know? I was like, I'm sure you had a better game plan there.
When
than
I play
do.
Young Link, I spam arrow. I do not.
It's another thing where like a lot of people also like a lot of people's pet peeves with commentators go like, I wonder what their thinking was there. They're like, you know that was a misinput. Don't tell me. It's like,
True,
come on.
true.
It's like hop off. And I'm like, okay, fair enough.
That was a very tactical SD there. I wonder what was going through their mind.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or no, they'll hit one hit and then not confirm anything to it. Like, I wonder what they were looking for there. Like, they obviously misinputted.
yeah, you messed up. Everyone messed up.
My bad.
Well, we're gonna see if the Zivas can continue to not mess up. That first game was pretty solid. It started out
was
really
pretty
fast,
convincing.
and then you can saw that both these players are very much prepared to kind of take their time.
I saw Ags get timed out round 1 of day 1 of tryouts. It was kind of hilarious.
That's crazy.
Not to Ag slander, but it was him and Beamy throwing the Sonic players. So Sephiroth Sonic, what are you gonna do? You know.
What's new?
I went to the time. It was kind of devastating. Because I was the one like taking notes on that.
I don't have the endurance for that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Ags was watching a video about a Sonic fight. He's like, wow, I'm surprised. No, not surprised. He's like, wow, it seems like, because then some person who was in the tournament was like starting to time people out, and he's like, wow, I thought in most games they didn't really time people out. I'm like, yeah, this is like the only fighting game where that is at all ever a viable strategy.
Yep.
Like people do go to time in other games, but it's usually not what people are solely going for. Outside of like Street Fighter 4 with Elena specifically, I think there are some characters in Marvel who can do it, but why would you do that in Marvel vs. Capcom? Just 0 to death.
It's like UFC. You can always correlate it to real fighting. In UFC, they go to time
Yeah, sure.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like there's knockouts, but they do.
There's
go
actually
to
rarely
time.
knockouts in professional fighting.
But yeah, the reason you do go to time is just because you're fighting so intensely and people want to win so bad that you're not gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
But you rarely would ever say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna run away from this guy.
Exactly.
Because you lose points just for not being in the center.
Yeah. It's a really good analogy, yeah.
I wonder what it would be like if this game did try to use like a thing where you won in sudden death based on who was in the middle of the stage.
Or maybe just like who crossed center stage more often.
Yeah.
Because that's usually a pretty good metric to see if someone is just like camping out, like they're staying in the corner and never like crossing center stage and trying to approach their opponent. Which again, sometimes I will be the first to tell you,
Or if you're
don't
Sonic,
approach that.
If you're Sonic though, then you're going side to side.
Like I was watching Kenneth Acola, so Sonic Steve, and I was like, don't approach that. And then he did, and he lost. He won game 1, and he was winning game 2, and he approached when he should not have, and it was Steve, so he got blown up, even though it was like less than 45 seconds left on the clock. Come on. And then he just kind of got mixed the other games. It's Steve, what are you going to do? That's a good time I need to mention, by the way, Steve is still banned at FFF. That might change eventually, but today's not that day. Because that character's still busted.
Very true. I don't think they're planning on nerfing him at all, so maybe that is just the state of being that FFF will be in unless
So we get a new game.
we get a new game.
Speaking of new game, Taquito is looking to close this out pretty soon. I mean, they have pulled ahead quite a lot compared to last game.
Very much so.
Again, a lot of it just seems because, again, they were just making some pretty fatal errors last game. They've just kind of cleaned up this game. Zivas is still keeping pace, though.
Zivas is carrying all these bombs, but they're still kind of blowing up on him, which is a little unfortunate.
I was about to say, some of them are blowing up in his face. Ooh, that was really close.
There's the
Nice.
backer. Yeah,
Okay.
fell out of the floor there and said, too bad.
There's a lot of cleanup that the Zivas is going to have to do if they want to beat out Taquito here.
Yeah,
Nice.
Definitely not a character that I think is easy to have a comeback against.
Yeah. It's also just Ness is not a comeback character.
Very true. Ooh. Great play by Taquito, just kind of like you said, closing those gaps that were just happening in the first game.
Yeah. All tied
And
up.
now it's 1-1. You know, we haven't seen a lot of game 3s in the stream today.
Not today, and honestly, that's like usually how it goes. Usually people get like kind of smacked up all throughout the first part of the bracket, or they go to game 3 like every time.
Yeah. So
It's not usually a lot of mix in between.
it's very interesting. So we'll see how this game 3 goes. It is always interesting, you know, is it better to win the first game or the second game? But
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. Is like the thing is like losing first gives you counter pick to the stage. So I actually kind of just like would say lose second game because going to game 3 on your stage is really nice.
Very true.
Especially depending on how volatile your character is and stuff like that. Which, in fairness, these two characters like not as much as some others. Ness does definitely love small battlefield. It's probably just his best stage, which is really nice. Well, his best stages are this and PS2, and that's nice because everyone wants to go to these stages.
I played a game against a Sonic player once, and I won the first game and put my all into it. And then the second game, I was not feeling it, so I lost the second game and kind of purposefully stepped back and was like, I'm not winning this game from the start, which might not be a good mindset.
Yeah,
but then the
definitely not.
third game, I said, okay, back to my stage. Now I
Wow,
pop
he
off.
lived that.
And it worked. Ooh, there's that down tilt.
Okay, I'm not gonna live that. I was just shocked and awed the first time he lived it.
Crazy.
Nice. Trying to read that rollout, but still aren't having quite the right timing. So Taquito was able to bring up shield. Ooh,
There's that yo-yo.
me when I get simply outplayed at the ledge.
Gee, should have recovered better.
Yeah. Sorry.
This is awesome. What do you do? I always say my roommate and I were playing and I played Lucas and he was telling me about how annoying down smash is at ledge for Lucas. And then he came to FFF, played the Zivas, came back and said, you just don't play Ness.
Yeah.
Said yo-yo's worse. I was like, yeah, it really is. But all the power to you. Already, even stocks, which really is what is very important here. And see if the Zivas can slowly even up that percent. Or
Yeah, and he
maybe-
just hasn't been able to quickly get those tech rolls so far. There's
it
missing the tech.
There's the forward smash.
That's exactly what he's been trying to pick up all game, but he's just missing out on. Nice. Taquito kind of adapting to that.
Gets the
concept.
tech chase based on the
Wow.
bomb. Oh my
Really
word.
strong showing from the Zivas. Because now he's ahead, and this is extra credit city. He's probably going to get quite a lot already. Uh-oh.
What an interaction. That was awesome. I'm still stuck on that. The
Yeah.
bomb blowing
Cut
up
that.
at the perfect time. 100%.
Wait, why did he do that?
Maybe he didn't have a jump. Unfortunate.
But
there,
what about PK Thunder?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't react fast enough. But now I'm hyped.
It's still close.
Last stop.
That mean, we know that.
Game
That means
3.
we know the Zivas has the dog in him,
Dude.
and that's kind of the most important thing. Taquito also, like, went dog for dog right there, where they just like completely, like even after they got reversed,
Oh.
they completely went back. Uh-oh.
There's that. Oh,
Uh-oh.
gets it again. This could be it.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
There it is. He
The
closed it
Zivas
out.
from the
Let's
brink turning it
go.
around. He's like shaking his head and smiling. Everyone's like, that's the GOAT.
We know. I
Wow.
like it. Hey, he's just got the dog in him. What
Yeah.
can we say?
Extremely close set right there. Wow.
Very much so. Great game 3 there, all the way to last stock. Just
Yeah.
wonderful play by both players. Absolutely.
Yeah, this was like Taquito like completely
Oh,
turned that around too. I was like,
100%.
whoa.
Yeah, you're just
Taquito also laid the hands in game too. Let me tell you.
True. It's those things where it's like you really see the adaptation come in, which is such a
Yeah.
great quality to really have it just as a player, is being able to go from one place to go to another place.
Taquito adapted, but the Z was like locked in. Speaking of locking in, he just showed me what song he was listening to, and I cannot share with you, the good people of the stream. It's just a funny thing that he does every time where I'm like,
Okay, maybe not something great.
it's always some D-Gen anime stuff,
Hey,
basically. It's really funny.
That's awkward.
I'll have him say. He just showed Adam. I'll have to have him show you next time. It's pretty funny.
I mean, hey, if it makes you win, it makes you win. Pop off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, I gotta stretch again. Ow.
Water, make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated. That's my lesson from me to you. This next set is gonna be hype. Well, actually, it's not gonna be hype, and I would never lie to you by saying it's hype. But it will be important for tryout placements because the next set is EO4 and Ags. So I can't promise you.
Get stoked,
I can't promise you a
guess.
nail biter, but I can promise you that we will be go Ag. Thank you, Adam.
We got support here.
I don't endorse this because I'm not a biased commentator.
It is going to be exciting indeed. I always say, ironically, I find myself dehydrated the most when I go back home from GCU because there are no drinking fountains
Yeah, at your house. Yeah.
at my house.
And I'm
which
not
is-
drinking tap water.
No. So it is always funny to see.
That's a good point, because when I'm here, I like pound this multiple times
Oh,
every day.
It's so much easier.
Where,
Which
like,
you can still do at home. It's
at my,
just
at my, well, at my house, I just have like water bottles and a Brita filter. So I usually just drink the plastic water bottles. I don't know what to call.
Yeah.
My family started getting them during COVID because my mom didn't want to like. Because we used to do that thing where it's like the big jug, and you go to like a station, and they fill up the big jug, and then you have like a water cooler. We had like that, which I don't know if that speaks to the status of my family, but anyways, during COVID, we were like, maybe we don't use the public water thing and the public big jug thing, and also you have to lug around like 2 gallons of water in a big thing all the time. So like maybe don't do that, and also it's just kind of expensive. Well, not that expensive. It's actually probably kind of cheap, which is I assume why we did it. Ags and EO4, as I was saying, this is going to be very relevant to tryout results. I'm sure I'm going to be VOD reviewing this for the next week.
Yeah, thinking
100 times.
Talking about expensive, it's going to cost whoever loses a lot. Well, not really, more so pay out to whoever wins.
Yeah, Ags is looking pretty good for varsity. I mean, he's one of those players who, like, kind of going into tryouts, you can always assume will get locked in, just from sheer consistency. EO4 again is also in contention. He's got some pretty strong notable wins, but he is. The thing is, just there are other people who are like on his level that are like just as close. So gotta wait and see.
It's very true. I mean, it is very unfortunate. You know, you play Steve for a couple of years. That's who you've put a lot of time into, and suddenly you have to play the player.
That was the hard thing. That it was like it unfortunate, but it's like it kind of mostly affects him. I was gonna say only affects him, but no, 'cause it affects him and also everyone who would have to play him. But it's just like unfortunate where it's like, yeah, we don't. There's not that many relevant Steves in the scene, but like in AZ at large, I mean. But that's like everyone's kind of trying to keep it that way.
I mean, if anything, he could probably just claim that Steve got banned because he was too good.
True.
I mean, that's a solid.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you should like own that kind of thing. You know, just, like,
That's what I'm saying.
you're like, I was just the GOAT, and they couldn't handle it.
They really couldn't. They were mobbing.
like just become a heel, and then everything gets better.
Rob, I mean, one of the closest things you could get to Steve, so a fitting character.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Is like there's a lot of characters you can transition to, like Rob, and
You're not stuck.
yeah.
One game that I played for the first time about a week ago, and don't like but put time into Injustice 2.
Wow. Okay, we're talking about Injustice 2. Okay, I'm locked in.
I had to bring it up at some point because my roommate got it for like $4. And I said, I don't like 2D fighters that are Super Smash Brothers, but it's Batman, and I'll play it. And there's that one Dr. Fate meme that I find very funny.
Well, what's the meme?
It's just his windscreen. He just
I've
does,
seen it.
You know, a thing, and then it'll have text or something. It's very
Yeah,
funny.
exactly. RTD just did it. It's really
If
funny.
you look up Dr. Fate meme, you'll find it. It's hilarious. And there's music playing in the back. And I learned, sadly, the music doesn't play when you actually win as him in the game.
Yeah.
But I realized one of my favorite little hobbies is to get good at things that are stupid.
Such as Shrek Super Slam.
Such as Shrek Super Slam.
No, that's a legitimate hobby.
And I just think it's funny. And so I've spent like 2 hours grinding Scarecrow combos.
Yeah.
And now I can do like a 50% combo with Scarecrow and Injustice.
I completely feel you, because it's like I'm not like a competitive person. I've never like tried to be the best at something, but nobody likes to be bad at things.
No.
And I am kind of a jobber whenever I'm like first starting out at something, but I like to be a competent level enough that I can at least like give a good shake to my friends.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm with Smash. Where like in bracket, I am not competing with most of these guys, but people will be like, "Whoa!" anytime I actually do enter, because again, I just take random games up with people I shouldn't. That's pretty funny.
My roommate told me because apparently the worst way to learn a game is to start with combos.
Yeah.
You know, you should learn mechanics. You should
Yeah.
learn. You know, I went straight to combos. With Injustice. I don't understand the game one bit. I don't actually really I don't know how to block it. I mean, I can hold back, but like, I don't. But it's the same in Smash.
Yeah, it's because the first thing you want is hold back, but what you really want to do is hold down back, because then you block most hits in general, and then you also block lows. And the problem is that there's overheads where you have to block high.
It's crazy.
And that's the big game.
Well, and then there's like unblockable stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
This is grabs, which you can just jump.
I Yeah, I don't.
Or you can tech the throw. I don't know how that works in Injustice. I know how it works in Street Fighter.
You can tech throws.
If you grab at the same time, then it techs.
Interesting.
And in Street Fighter 6, I think there's like a little bit of a window where you kind of maybe react to it, but like not really.
That's wild.
So usually you have to predict it, is the thing.
I don't know if any of us were predicting that downer.
Yeah.
EO4 just timed that. Ags not holding it down all the way. Wanted to get to stage fast, but EO4 was ready for it.
Again, EO4 looking strong.
Locking
Again,
in.
there are other people like the Zivas who we just watched who are also looking really strong, but like I don't know. People are putting on some good resumes.
So many good contenders here, which is what we see every semester, of course, and so it is great to be able to see this here in a truly competitive scene.
Yeah. But
and
no,
something we have on film in 4K.
But yeah, those are usually the answers to throws. You can either grab at the same time where you tech the throw. You can jump the grab. There's a nice picture of Ags in the corner of our screen. I just wanted to draw all your attention to it. Thank you. Anyways, you can jump it, but the problem is, obviously, one of the most powerful punches in most 2D fighters is anti-airs. Specifically, Dragon Punch. Sure, like that deep. And I pointed it out. I made sure the audience at home got all of their attention on the Ags portrait up in the corner of the screen. Don't you worry. The people were behind us saying, "Okay, I think they saw it, but do you think?" I was like, "No, yeah, I saw it. Everyone knows.
So it's a fun game, but maybe one day I'll learn how to play it. Maybe I won't.
I think you would get along with my good friend Sydney. She loves labbing out random stuff. Me, her, and Dan all kind of just. Yeah. That's kind of like what we do with a lot of our time. Is just pick a game to invest our next 3 weeks into.
It's fun.
I am the least of a labber. I should probably fix that. It's like studying for a test, Whereas I never study for tests, but I usually do pretty well on them. It's not the same case in games. I don't lab, and then I don't do well at them. I should probably fix that.
It's funny because it's kind of the same in this game where when I played in the tryouts on the first day, I'm not beating people, and I'm not I was devastated. They were like, "You're not gonna make the team." I was like, "What do you mean?" I told them I wasn't trying to make something excuse. But I played one person and I hit some nasty combo that I thought was sick. And the person just it was what was his name? We saw him the first. But he was like, how did you where did you learn that? And I was like, I don't know how to play the game. I just know that one thing.
So quickly, speaking of something nasty, Ags was laying the hands on EO4 and is now losing to him. So EO4, if he plays his cards right, might be able to turn this into a clean 2-0, which again, like I said, would look pretty good. Would look pretty good.
I think one of the biggest things that people fall into in this game, because I've fallen into it myself, is starting super strong and then lowering your guard, losing momentum, and then all of a sudden you're down a stock. Which is kind of what we saw here.
I mean, yeah, it really is the case that Braxham is a huge problem. And honestly, both of these players are a problem with it. It shouldn't be something that's coming up right now, because it's only winners round 3. What have we been here for, an hour? Is that it? We've been here for...
Yep.
Oh, almost 2. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Anyways, it's been an hour and 45. These two players, though, when they get into, top 8 grands, they start gassing out hard, and it is rough. But it's definitely something both of them have been working on, especially Ags is working on it. EO4 might be able to take advantage of Ags kind of slowing down. That's another thing I noticed, because Ags, like I said, got timed out around the tryouts. The thing that was happening, he was playing against a Sonic player. And EO4 similarly will want to run away when he can. You can see him doing it right now, because he's just trying to maintain that advantage. In that lead. And the thing is, without even pressuring Ags to run, to approach, Ags will kind of just start to feel pressure to approach. And it will cause him to start throwing the stocks, which is really unfortunate because, again, Ags can have all of the stage control and everything in the world, and you can kind of just be waiting on the other side of the stage, kind of hoping someone make it out, and then Ags will kind of just let you get away because he'll lay off essentially. Also, I don't know if Okay, yeah, I guess Rob does make everything bad. My fault for doubting.
He's got gas. I mean, hey, he might be running low here. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, I was like, he definitely needs to touch down soon. Okay. I wish that meter was way easier to see because on his body, which is really dumb. Well, it's cool. It's a cool detail, but there needs to be a way that is like more accessible to see.
Yeah, I bet. I wonder, like, if you're a Rob player, do you really look at it, or do you just kind of feel it out?
I feel like after a certain point of playing Rob, you kind of just know.
Yeah. Like, I've been zooming in this guy for a bit.
Yeah.
I've watched Wally.
True.
Rob is definitely one of the characters similar to Game & Watch where he's been in Nintendo, but a lot of people, especially me, like I don't really know what he's from.
He is from Rob. He is the robot operating buddy. He is essentially the equivalent of the wheel that you use for Mario Kart that you attach your Wii to. He is a peripheral. He is a toy that you use to play Nintendo games. And that's it. He is not like actually a character from anything. His most characterization was in Subspace Emissary.
Very interesting.
Whereas Mr. Game & Watch is at least, he is a character in Game & Watch, I guess, kind of. Game & Watch was just a console. Kind of. More of like a mobile calculator games thing. Yeah, like I said, Rob, literally just like a peripheral for other controls. It's really fun.
They're just gonna add Joy-Con.
Yeah, exactly.
Next
Joy-Con. No, it'd be like if instead of Wii Fit, they added the Wii Fit balance board.
Wild. I mean, the Wii Fit balance board.
Really nice recovery from EO4. He kind of knew that Ags was going to go for that, so he stayed a little bit too far to the right to bait Ags to still do it anyways, and he just got a really strong punish there. And honestly, that might cost Ags the game, especially because Gyro was set up at this ledge here. Really strong ledge trap. Oh, nope. I was going to say really strong ledge trap from EO4, but again, he did the mistake I was kind of talking about where he just let off of Ags. He just walked away.
Yeah. And, you know, part of that is hard. Maybe you don't feel confident enough. Maybe you're...
And that's the thing. Usually Ags doesn't either, but he has One Ring now. He's going to start playing like a DLC character.
It is time.
Like that. What was that?
I might have lost.
This might be over. Wow. Nice 2-0 for EO4. Sending Ags to the losers bracket relatively early in this. Actually, I would love to know what part of bracket we're on right now. Because I don't know. Like, we're not still winners round 3 for sure, right? Surely that was qualifiers, right? That was qualifiers, right? Surely.
Something.
Surely. I don't know. I can't really see the bracket link from here. Our TD has it up pulled over literally right now.
We're getting towards top 16. It looks.
That's what I said. I was like, that had to be
we're
qualifiers.
at winners quarterfinals.
That's what I thought. I thought it was quarters because it's qualifier for top 16. Yeah.
Nice. We're moving through it.
So you know what? We are about to get Young Giloj, aka Penguin 01. He's coming up to the setup. Yes. Okay, one of our members of production again, the TD Evan, he is flabbergasted because he said, "I'm informed there is a Sora better than Shy." Like I said, because Shy is like comes to FFF a lot and has won like multiple. Yeah, I was like has won multiple, always does super well. But now we have, I think that's Atomizer.
Looks like it.
That's the person that comes to my mind of like who is better at Shy at Sora than Shy. I was like Atomizer. If it ends up being someone else that is walking up, I will be humbled.
Very much so.
And it'll just show that I'm kind of bad with faces. But forgive me.
Well.
It's got to be Atomizer. I didn't see him, but... Oh, he's walking up now. There we go. Okay.
We'll get there eventually.
So our PA training to be TD Parker is asking, why is Eric Younguloj? So our head TO Crandor... Crandor doesn't mean anything. I don't know if you all know that. It might sound like it might, but no, it doesn't. And so there's a thing that us in our close circle at the FFF community have lovingly called, hey, shut up. Shut up. I see that. I saw you doing that. I'm not stupid. I watch the background all the time. You can't get nothing past me. Nothing goes over my head. Anyways, we call them Crandor names, which is stuff like Crandor. Or Younguloj, where it's kind of just a nonsense thing. It's supposed to somehow resemble the word penguin, but does it really? I don't think so. Younguloj it's Penguin 01. It's Younguloj 01. What can I tell you? I don't know. Crandor was a fun guy. That's why we pay him the big bucks.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
He dictates everything.
Hey, Crandor, give me a Crandor name right now.
Like a name.
Just a Crandor name.
Random name.
Just a random Crandor name.
Well, Young Yellow is just one of them.
No, I know. Give me another one.
Bustickle.
Bustickle, he said. Gwingus was another big one. Gwingus is a good one. Glormungus, that's another good one. Like I said, he's just got those for days.
Solid.
He's just like out of his pocket like it's nothing for days. We should
Make him a Pokemon.
we gotta get him. Yeah, true. Make him a Pokemon developer. I was gonna say we gotta get him back on the mic one of these days. Have him start pronouncing every name right. I knew it was Atomizer.
Well, guess what we are going to see a lot of?
That.
I've heard that DDD is a easy combo.
Yeah, DDD. So some of my friends call HBox the junk food of Smash content. Simply Turtles Noah was famous for saying. And earlier I walked in on Ags watching HBox making a tier list of every character. And he says it's going to be his final tier list. There's no more patches, obviously. And he had DDD at, I believe, bottom 2.
Yep.
Which is rough. Actually, bottom 3, because he went back around later to say, haha, you thought I was ranking Ganondorf above these characters. You idiot. He's in his own tier below all of them. And I think Penguin01, a.k.a. Young Yelloge, I think he's very aware that DDD is very bad. He's tried to get onto different characters, like Ike, who are only like 5 spots above on the tier list. Or characters like Samus, who are actually really good. But it just never sticks. Sometimes you got a soul main, and that's just what you just kind of have to deal with the fact you will never play a better character. And, maybe he doesn't need to. Maybe he just got his first stock. But again, look at what Atomizer's doing. Atomizer's getting pretty far. Did Atomizer make PR this season? I'd have to check. I feel like he did. Hey, Zach. I was right. Atomizer made PR this season. Thank you, Zach. I was like, if there's somebody I can trust to know random statistics about Smash off the cuff, it's Zach. I know I should, and I'm getting there. I knew. I just wasn't sure. Yeah. You got much to say about this matchup, Parker?
Sadly not. It's neither of these characters are my forte specifically, but I'm
Absolutely not.
sure there is depth within the Young Yelloge. Definitely seems to be bringing it back. We'll see if he can take this down to 1 stock or maybe even take it away.
I mean, yeah, he's DDD ledge trapping. This is where Young Yelloge feels most at home.
The one thing that DDD is good at.
Nice.
There it is.
Young Yelloge is kind of locking in. We just kind of have to see if he's going to be able to close out this stock, which he might not be able to. Ooh, Atomizer. Nice, dropping that in air lip. This is another good example of, like, there are so many players at VCU who could go so far if they attended more outside events. Thankfully, Coach Underscore has said that that's going to be a big thing of his new regime. Nice, yeah. You could tell that Atomizer kind of knew exactly what he was waiting for. He's like, I'm just going to nair until you have to recover high. And then when you do, I'm going to nair again and F smash, and then it's over.
Goodbye. His dash attack is so funny.
Young Yelloge fans are locking in. Look, it's Toby. He was also trying out.
Whoa.
And it's Mr. Grizz. He's also trying out. What's up?
Whoa.
Noah Ice is watching right now. That's my guy.
No way.
I like to say that Noah Ice is like whatever the equivalent of like your ex-wife is. He's like my ex-wife basically.
Okay.
We had that kind of old couple relationship while we were being roommates, where it's kind of just like he will yell at me for random things. I'll be like, fine. This is brutal. So that was 76% in one interaction, and it's the second interaction, and now it's over 100. I think they are literally booing, trying to the crowd is trying to throw out. They cheered for Young Yelloge escaping the interaction, not even for really doing anything, because he only dealt 14%, and now he's about to die because he's at 170. Noah, you tuned in at the wrong time. Our roommate is getting mixed.
Come back in like an hour.
Yeah, all right. The entire crowd is locked in. They are distraught for what is happening. They're watching a PR Sora. Wow,
Yeah.
They just popped off. You could see it in the room back there. They are popping off because they are watching PR Sora versus, let's just say, retired DDD. And, oh, is that Josh Brink?
What a guy.
Uh-oh, we're back at it.
Look at him
I,
go.
I think our TD Evan might starting to get a big picture about why people were saying Atomizer was better than Shy. Because that first Nair loop there literally just did not end. I feel like Atomizer didn't drop it. He kind of just got tired of doing it. It was like, I'll just let you live, you know.
Look who's winning.
It wouldn't be fair. It's only winners quarters. Come on, we're not even at top 8 yet.
True.
I'll give you another chance to live. But Young Yellow's kind of okay. Again,
Back
no-
air.
nothing is more scary than trying to recover against Young Yellow. Like getting up from the ledge.
We're back.
Actually, scratch that. Nothing is scarier than when Young Yellow just trying to get up from ledge and you're trying to ledge guard him. In fact, you'll see that pan out right now. If he doesn't die right here, he does die right here. All right, Atomizer is about to lock in. It is last stock. Can we make it last hit? Who really knows? Because Young Yellow just racking up the percent. But Atomizer, again, just taking one. If he takes one Nair, he can take this all the way to 80%. Actually, now a little bit of damage. It's going to be a little bit harder. Nope, it's not going to be harder. DDD is still big bodied, and he used that air dodge, which actually is making him eat 70% almost. All right, but things are still even here. Nice falling back here. This ledge trap is everything. Oh, he overextended. Going high. Come on. All right, knocking him up. Again, the crowd is going wild for GCU's own Young Yellowge 01, but Atomizer, the champ, a big member of PR, has a pretty shut down. Can he close it out right now? Again, Young Yellowge recovering. That is one of his most best positions. One of the most dangerous places to be in against him. Oh! Wow! Young Yellowge bringing this to game 3, showing why he's got the crowd's favor right now.
That was a roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah. You can see everyone's on their feet. They were staring. All right.
You seem to take a time to breathe. That was crazy. I mean, look at how that started, and he just
He brought it back.
The amount of
I was this close to doing the meme of like it's so over because he just like ate so much in a single interaction. But now he's kind of bringing it back. He's kind of showing that maybe he's still got it. Is he washed 01 or is he peak 01? I don't know. Let's see it. Let's see
We're
it.
gonna hope for the best.
Well, we are moving to Smashville, so let's see how that's going to pan out in the games from here on out. Atomizer again, kind of just fishing for that earlier. Okay, this is again going to go pretty far. With a smaller stage, he's not going to be able to carry it out quite as far, although he does have that platform to still do resets on. 73 is nothing to laugh at. I do know Penguin One has a sense of humor about this kind of thing, but he's going to kind of have to clutch up if he doesn't want to be smacked around all stock.
Very true. If Simply Turtles is still in the chat, I would like to take this time to apologize just because we had a chess game going. And it was like the kind where you only have to make a move once a week. But it was also Christmas break.
Oh.
I spent maybe like 40 hours in a single week just playing Terraria with my brother. And did not quite get my matches in, so I'm sorry about that.
I was opening up the chat to see if No Ice truly is in the... Oh, there he is. He just said, let's go, Eric. I was about to say, I was like, I don't see him. I don't see him. Where is he? But who is there is also Paul Ice, Noah's dad, who said, winner of Mr. Grizz and Tobias match has my allegiance. So look forward to that. That is going to be one of the matches of the night. But speaking of matches of the night, Penguin One is pushing his very hardest to bring this out. But Atomizer has him in another loop. All right, backing off. Nice. Penguin One taking every opportunity he can to try and bring this back, try and get whatever little percent he's got. But again, these Nair loops are absurd. Atomizer showing everything Sora has to offer.
Looking tough.
Oh, he just perfectly called that out. And that's going to be packed up for Atomizer, winning 2-1 against Penguin 01. Despite Young Yellowge's best efforts, he could not close out the stock. Unfortunate for him. But now we are moving to a true grudge match. The roommates, Mr. Grizz and Tobias. These two both competing for tryouts. But not just for tryouts, they're competing for the approval of Paul Ice, one of the most sacred members of this community and of this chat.
It's worth more than any amount.
This is going to decide a lot, guys. Yeah, Paul Ice is approved. Toby, come here. And get Mr. Grizz too. Would you like to say a few words?
What? Sorry, say it again.
Say a few words.
I just want to thank everyone who's gotten me to this point in my life, and I can't swear, can I?
No.
Okay. Then that's all I have to say.
Hold up and watch this combo. Okay, you heard that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure, because it'd be really funny if they kind of just talking in the mic and no one at home heard that.
He said, "Peep this one."
Yeah, he said, "Peep this one." See, shows who's really the hero and villain going into this. Tobias expressing his gratitude. Mr. Grizz just gloating. Wow. Already showing, maybe who's the face and who's the heel in this matchup. So I'm really excited to see where this is going. These two, again, are roommates, two of my very close friends here at GCU, and two of Paul Ice's most prized pupils. So let's really see who's going to come out on top. Noah Ice in the chat, do you have any words to say about these two former friends of yours now turned bitter enemies against one another? Do you have anything you'd like to add? And if you're not paying attention, I can't say that. Never mind.
I do want to know when we're flying Paul Ice out here to commentate for us.
He has actually asked. He was like, hey, when I'm in town,
100%.
so you trying to have me over? I'm like, absolutely.
You got it.
I would love to have Paul Ice commentate one of his son's own matches. It'd be so funny.
That would be epic.
Noah Ice said, LOL, Mr. Grizz loses these. You heard it here, folks. We got the prediction already that Mr. Grizz is actually Mr. Washed, and Tobias is on top. So let's see if that pans out.
Yeah.
Or if
cap.
everyone is wrong and Mr. Grizz is actually clutching up.
Who knows? No.
They are still adding their names. So what else can I really add?
I lost.
Paul Ice said Minnesota grudge match. That's a great point. They are both from Minnesota. In fact, I am going with both of them on a spring break trip to Minnesota. So really, I guess they're trying to show who's the dominant member of that community also.
Crazy. Who would have thought? Well, I lost to both of them at the tryouts, so
So I bet
who's
you're
to say?
swelling with hatred to both of them,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I ended the match and I threw my controller on the ground and I said, "You guys suck."
I once beat Mr. Grizz's secondary with Wario with Marth. It was pretty funny because I've done that. I am bad enough to be considered a notable loss at tryouts. So they were like, "Hey, Bennett, why'd you lose to Micah?" And it's like, great question. However, here we go. It is Duck Hunt for Mr. Grizz and Diddy Kong for Tobias. Sorry, for some reason he escaped my brain for a second. Both of them have their little tools that they're going to be throwing around the screen, like set play characters. Mr. Grizz, of course, with that can, and Tobias with that banana. Mr. Grizz pulling ahead a little bit. Mr. Grizz definitely. Paul, I said, is this for PR in Minnesota? We can only assume.
Would have to.
Probably for top spot, even. But no, yeah. Mr. Grizz, of course, coming in a little more warm. He plays this game a lot more often. Tobias has only just been getting back into it. Plus, Mr. Grizz also on varsity last semester, whereas Tobias has actually not been on the team. So we could really call this an underdog story.
Very true.
Possibly why everyone was rooting against Mr. Grizz.
An upset.
We truly never know.
Oh, there's that forward there. That'll do it for
Yeah.
the first stock. But Tobias not far behind 83. One good little banana combo here. Good down.
I would say, even despite the presumable skill gap, it is important to mention that because they are roommates, these two have probably played each other more than anyone else.
True.
What's up? Oh, yeah, no, I was checking chat, yeah. So, if anyone's got the download on Mr. Grizz, it's got to be Tobias. But that's vice versa. Although I did notice Tobias was playing a lot of, non-Diddy Kong characters recently, just to keep... of course it means that his Diddy Kong is less warmed up, but it means that no one else really knows how they're supposed to play against his Diddy Kong.
It's true.
It's kind of funny. Unless you played him a lot a couple years ago and he was still more active, because not a lot has changed about his gameplay.
Good play there I saw for Mr. Grizz. Mr. Grizz, you can see down through, and you might think, oh, it's not going to hit the can. But if Toby would have DI'd out, it might have hit the can. So he DI'd in, but then boom, Mr. Grizz is ready with an up air. But Toby going to get that first stock off. We can see he's starting to bring it back. He's starting to gain some of his own momentum. Going to live this can throw, so, he's been given a chance. He's been given a sock. Stop it.
That is a crazy reference. Very funny, though. However, what he really needs is a miracle, because he is currently 2 stocks to 1, and Toby really wants to pull ahead here.
Yeah, he doesn't need a stock. He needs a whole new fit because
He's a
got
stock.
a new stock.
So he needs a stock. Because, like I said, Mr. Grizz really sitting pretty comfortably here. chat back up. I don't want to leave you guys behind. And also, my phone's a pretty good battery.
Solid. Both these characters very high on item play, and they're both controlled. I mean, you know, Banana's controlled just by holding it, and down air kills you.
Yeah, I kind of started the match by speaking on that, where it's like, you know, Mr. Grizz has the can and even the clay pigeon, whereas Tobias just has the banana. The banana is a really strong item, though, so.
Very true. But, of course, you know, the more the merrier. It seems like having more of those tools is going to help a lot more in neutral, whereas Banana helps a lot more in
we're going to go to a
in
5-minute break
advantage.
after this set, so just letting you guys know that once these two close it out. So you can consider this the climax of
Very
top
true.
16.
Yeah, we'll give Paul Ice just a little bit of time to
Yeah.
sign whoever wins, you know. I'm sure there's
Exactly,
some,
yeah, I'm sure he's got a
some
lot of paperwork to
paperwork
get
and-
through.
So we'll really give you that, you know,
Yeah.
discuss the terms, the conditions,
exactly.
all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
the conditional support. No,
Yeah.
no such thing as unconditional love.
It's not
Um,
something that's also forever. It's like a 2-year contract maybe.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. He was signed to Simply Turtles for like 20-something years.
20. That's crazy.
That's a long time to root for a single person. Is all I'm saying.
How much money do you think
I don't think I could root for Noah that long. Paul Ice said it would appear crossword skills do not translate to Smash, and Noah Ice says I taught him that. So the Ice family really is popping off for this little matchup here. That's the thing you love to see about locals, is like how deeply involved every member of the community is.
Yeah, whole families in here.
Whereas like we have the dad of someone who is not on screen rooting for and against people in this match.
I think my mom only checked in afterwards, but
Yeah,
it would
that's
be
what my
fun.
parents usually do. They just watch the VOD after it goes up.
I'm surprised my brothers never like go in the chat and just saying like the stupidest things.
Yeah.
It would be really funny.
Really nice down air. Feels like it was such a stray hit. So that's a pretty unfortunate position for Toby now. So again, we saw that he was kind of struggling to close out these stocks after Mr. Grizz pulled ahead. Nice, pretty nice use of monkey flip, just the burst option to keep Mr. Grizz pressured on the corner there. And monkey flipping. What does
Insane.
Mr. Grizz just not know what to do about it?
It's weird because since it's a command grab primarily, it really just jumps over jumps over a lot of things, and is great. However, you know, if Mr. Grizz is really ready for it, you already have those hitboxes in front of you just to kind of pop.
Nice. I was like, yeah, Tobias is doing a pretty good job of playing evasively there, kind of just like circle camming for just a second to kind of regain his footing and also pressure Mr. Grizz to try and throw something out, and it worked. He was able to get that punish and just take that stock. Things are getting closer to even, but again, Mr. Grizz still has a little bit on him before Toby's able to go ahead.
There's definitely just a lot going on. I think any match with Duck Hunt, that's something that I know I have a problem with playing Duck Hunt. I'm like, there's just too much going on, and I don't know what to do.
He just has so many tools that are in effect at the
Look
same
at him
time.
go! Oh my word!
That
He's
is a really low crouch.
Moving on him.
That was a really low crouch. Wow.
He's flexing. That's crazy. We're gonna see Toby might get some anger, and you know we want to see him pop off after that. Oh my word! He's been disrespected.
We're trying to see him level up here.
Yeah, look him go. He's got the banana. He just needs to go.
I just realized this is losers round 4, so that's these two have had to fight pretty hard to get here. I thought we were still winners.
Very true. As
I
well.
was about to be like, dang, well, these two made it this far.
King. What the build-up was, because I am very surprised. Both these players very good. We can see in this match here even. Toby gets the forward air. See. One thing I've
Nice.
yeah.
Using that F smash to just cover the approach he made from Tobias by jumping in.
We saw that earlier as well. Just the run-up
Yeah.
forward smash just covers so many options.
I saw they did it like such a bro hug. It's really sad that you all missed that, but I will treasure that forever in my heart. It does look like Mr. Grizz is, after all, the Paul Ice champion of choice.
Very true.
And with that said, with that exciting grudge match, we are going to cut to a little bit of a break here, probably just 5 minutes, and we'll be right back with some more hot sets. So make sure to stay tuned.
Very much so. See you guys in a second.
Welcome back, folks. It is FFF number 104. Can you believe it? 104. Such a long way. It's our first of the spring semester. Of course, we had 70 attendees tonight. Now I think we're narrowed down to 16, less than 16. I think we're top 16. What was your first FFF? Probably the same as me.
Ooh.
Mine was 52, I'm pretty sure.
It would have to be. So
Yeah, because we came at the same time.
another, 52 more. We've doubled.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been, that's a good point.
So weird.
52 FFFs since FFF 52. My personal first.
That'll
I almost
do
said
it.
personal favorite. I'm like, no.
That'll do it.
No.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like, yeah, very philosophical. Our
Very much
guy
so.
who's running stream right now, Hunter. Also, there's Josh Brink. He's our new head of. Wait, what? Hey, Josh, what's your title? Creative what lead? Creative design lead. You love to see a working man get his working title.
Very much
It's,
so.
nice.
Look at him go.
He is the brother of Adam, the
The
old
famous.
TO. Yeah, Adam Bink, as we call him, aka Adam Brink, but nobody really calls him that. Don't call him that.
That's
Call
not-
him Bink. He loves when you do that.
He does.
This is Josiah.
Wow.
I have to like adjust for like the fact that perspective will be different because I'm pointing directly at him, and it looks like I'm pointing at 10 Rayman. And I was
You
like,
have
I
to
don't want you to look at
go
10 Rayman. I want you to look at Josiah.
There? No.
What a
that
guy.
probably doesn't help either. But yeah, also one of the OGs, but obviously more preceded him.
That's what we were talking about
It's-
earlier. Where I
yeah.
was like, again, some people call him the old head. I'm like, nah.
Yep.
It's like Sam and
So-
Dan Mena.
I need to talk to him about classes because we're both mechanical engineering. He's just now that he's graduated,
Yeah.
he has got all the knowledge.
Yeah.
I need to make him do my homework assignments or something.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, I'm missing out here.
Oh, yeah, Riley Galaxia, he was talking to me and Penguin One, my roommate, Young Deloge, Eric. Riley was talking to me and Eric about that, being like, hey, so I had to go to a community college for a while, and now I'm back, and I'm taking this class. And we're both like, we already took that, so
Easy. Yeah.
it was easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Ooh, hot set alert. It is Jinx versus Curb Starry. Again, two players strongly in contention for this year's varsity team. Let's see how they do. I'm imagining they've had a pretty good night tonight if we are in winter semis right now. Is that where we're at? Are we at winter semis? Hey, Hunter.
Somewhere like
Hey,
that.
Hunter. Winter semis, right? That's where we're at, Evan, Hunter. Winter semis. I think my judgment serves me correctly. We're winter semis. Winter's quarters. I'm a fraud.
I see.
I'm a fraud.
We've lied. But now, we take it back.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a fraud. No, I knew it was top 16. I just meant which specific round it was. Oh, look, there's Adam Bink right now.
In his suit.
He's like standing on business right now. Come
very
here.
much is.
Come here. Look, he's
It's a
look
fit
how
check.
business he is right now. You got anything you want to add?
Let's go, Jeremiah.
Ooh, he's rooting for Jinx.
Got some big biases here.
Yeah. From the crowd,
From
never
the
from
crowd.
the mic. Never from
Never,
the mic.
never, not at all. I am stoked.
Yeah.
Both of these players, very, very well accomplished. Very, just great players. So it is
They
always cool.
They were probably like coming into the scene, the two like most like experienced players who just from the jump.
Yeah.
As in like they came into our scene already playing a lot outside.
They said we're going to GCU.
Obviously,
and
we
got
recently got Mia at GCU, so she is also like has played so much. I mean, literally like top three, like almost unquestionable top 3 in the state for most of her career in this scene, and now she's at GCU. And that was the thing with Jinx as well. Like Jinx was like really, really high ranked, really well respected in the scene for a long time. Crip Starry is well known for so many like potential upsets. It's really cool to see like people who are always pretty good. It seems like have people level up around them, but like still keep pace. 'Cause it kind of just means that everyone's better.
Very true.
Like of course, Melee had the era of the Five Gods, which is considered like one of the most like competitively interesting scenes to ever happen, because instead of a top player, there were 5 of them who could all beat each other but could not be beaten by anyone else. Whereas like in Ultimate, for a while, it was just like MKLeo beats everybody. People love MKLeo,
True.
but you also love to see people get. You love to see upsets. That's what a lot of people watch for. And of course, nobody likes to be rooted against, but it's gonna happen. That's why it's entering a very interesting era right now, where it's like there's a Cola who is pretty close to being the unquestionable top player, but there's a lot of other players around him, like Spargo and Sonics, to beat him, who can't beat him. So it seems moving in an interesting direction.
Very true.
And GCU, kind of like that. Whereas, like, I would say Jinx is probably, if not Mia, because Mia just got here, so give her time. And also, she's not playing the game as much as she's doing. But Jinx, I would say, is pretty much the unquestionable top dog right now. Because it was Bright for a long time. It really was. But Bright graduated, so that means someone else will step up and claim the throne. And I mean, Ags has been wanting to make a run at that for a while. Of course, Ags had multiple second place victories at FFF. Not quite ever taking it home because he always had a really tough competition with Bright or Simply Turtles or here at Jinx. But he's clearly always been on that cusp. And I think this might be his year. Like I said, because it's Ags and Jinx are the ones that really competing for that top spot. Wow!
What a down air.
Speaking of top spot,
He
exactly,
grabbed him.
what a down air. I just saw Kevin Lost one pop off more than I've ever seen him in my life, really.
That was insane.
It was a great time. Hello, Coach Underscore. It was a good clip. So yeah. If you hear someone go, "What?" That's usually like, yeah, you should probably clip that just in case.
Very true.
That's another thing that we have determined to what's the word? To like lock down and really improve this semester is our clip compilations for our highlight reels. Because a lot of the times it was kind of just like, someone died in a cool way. I guess I'll clip that. And we really want to narrow it down and make sure we have like the best stuff possible. Because obviously sometimes there's not that much interest in it. Sometimes it literally is just like, okay, they got a successful punish and they're dead. Awesome. Incineroar, for example, is a character where it's like everything kind of looks like a clip, but if you know even the slightest thing about Incineroar, you're like, that's not a clip. You kind of just use side B.
Yeah. You got revenge.
You punished a bad roll. Wow, that was a like devilishly early kill. However, even if there's not always the best stuff, there can always be better stuff. So we're gonna try and look and make sure we can improve it as much as possible. And just GCU Esports just wants to keep giving you the best content we have.
Absolutely. I've been distracted by Jinx's pray it away.
Yeah,
it's like, did you pray today?
one of his long-term in-game tags. Yeah. Also, we saw Jinx. He up smash, and for a second you would think he was just holding it too early. So he was kind of just doing that thing that a lot of people do, where you charge the smash attack, then you realize you're not about to get the punish you thought, so you kind of caught with your pants down. You're like, well, I might as well just charge it all the way and hope they run in. No, Jinx was waiting because of the invincibility on up smash. But still kind of mispredicted. But it's okay because he is still leading because Kriptari, they are only catching up a little bit. I should mention we are still in winners quarters finals. That means they're only best of 3. We are not best of 5 until top 8.
Absolutely. Definitely a tough situation. Wii Fit probably not the easiest to bring a comeback on, but you know, Pokemon Trainer really does have so many options, so much variety that really is possible. Ivysaur, it's got kind of a sick advantage state, so wouldn't be too surprised. Kriptari just needs to kind of lock in.
He's got to lock in. Almost had it, but Jinx again just evasive enough, and deep breathing is back on deck. It's looking like nice.
That up air.
Say Jinx was about to reverse that, I think, with another up smash, but yeah, that up air was enough to take it off the top.
It's winnable.
Yeah.
That's all it means.
This could be anybody's game, especially with Kriptari still in control of the stage. But Jinx is about to take it right away from that.
She needs to live out this kind of deep breathing, and there it is. So you're not going to be dying to one thing. You're going to be dying to multiple things.
Nice, trying to bounce that soccer ball up to delay it a little bit, but still hit a better angle, but it does not work just right, and Kriptari is coming back. Can they close out this stock? Okay, that roll out not punished, but that jump is more than punished as Kriptari remains in control of the stage. Jinx trying to reverse this. Oh, not able to get the downer up air. Things are looking a little bit tough for Kriptari as they are back off stage.
Kriptari making sure not to get the down air, but it's inevitable.
Yeah, really nice leb trap from Jinx there, sorry. They were like, though Kriptari avoided their first use of that, like you said, that down air, they were still got caught. by the up smash, and there it was.
I'm very surprised we didn't see the switch to Charizard. I know that's a character.
Yes, that is their comfort character.
Yeah,
you
but
could say.
maybe just the size was a little daunting. Didn't
Yeah.
want to get caught in anything too crazy.
Yeah. There's another thing where it was like, Ivysaur was clearly working. They just like,
True.
yeah, it's just Jinx kind of had that lockdown already.
Very true.
I'm at the age where I'm starting to get those slight forehead wrinkles. Oh wow, you got major ones. Just kidding. I think it literally is the stress wrinkles where I'm like, so now you can see I'm kind of.
I had a professor.
Maybe if I start using lotion, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I have a class where on the first day, each day our professor asks us a question right on a note card, and he puts up in the front of the class the notable ones. And he asked us why we wanted to be an engineer. And then he also asked us, what is an engineer? But someone wrote that they want to be an engineer because they love stressing out. And I'm assuming it's the same person because they also put in the what is an engineer is someone who likes crying.
That's funny.
And it was just very funny. It was
Probably the same person, yeah.
probably the same person.
Yeah. Since working out, I've started to get my calluses back on the pads of my fingers. Back from when I played guitar, actually. I said, I said it's terrible. It means I'm losing my soft hands.
It's like a status symbol almost,
And
you
then,
know?
oh yeah, and then my friend Toby, who we actually saw earlier, he was saying that he has the opposite. He was like, I'm actually starting lotion, so now I'm losing my rough masculine hands. And then I was like, that's funny. He's
very
getting soft hands. I'm like, I'm toughening up. It's
trade.
unfortunate. You can't really see them.
I learned
there you
over
go.
the
There
break.
you can see the little bit of red that's right there.
I learned over the break that my younger brother, who is like still decent amount shorter than me, has bigger hands than me.
Really?
Which might mean that he's gonna get taller.
Whoa.
I hope not.
Are you taller than me? I don't really remember.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what I think I'm taller. I always kind of forget how tall I am until I'm like at a function with more than one person. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I literally like walked out of my room and Crandor and Alex were there, and I was like, oh my god, that was the weather down there. And it's especially bad at family gatherings because again, I am Mexican. I'm from a Mexican family. I know you might be able to tell it. I could show you a picture of my mom, and then you'll believe me. Last name is Estrada. What can I tell you? But yeah, I'll like go to like any kind of like family gathering where a lot of people from the extended family will show up, like a funeral or a wedding, and it's me and a bunch of people I've met once or never at all, and I am 2 feet taller now. It's a little Mexican thing, and we're all pretty short except for me.
Wild.
I'm like 6 foot. They're all like 5'2". And I'm like, guys,
How did we get here?
I feel like a giant. I will say Kiraflex EO4, this is the Rob Ditto. This is honestly one of the best chances EO4 will have tonight to prove that he deserves that spot. Because this is, like I said, this would be a really great win to take. Because again, Kiraflex, now if we're talking about old heads to the AZ scene at large, actually I think Kiraflex moved here relatively recently. I feel like more so what I was getting at is Kiraflex is a very notable player and has been for a long time. And he has like really just like kept improving throughout his time. And yeah, like his Rob and Dark Pit combination, and in Pit also, like they just do a lot of work. And I think that what EO4 would benefit a lot from is that even if he does lose, which actually right now is looking pretty good. Even if he does lose, he should definitely take the opportunity to receive some coaching. Kiraflex is again just someone with a lot more experience in this game, and especially on this character.
Yeah, there is no saying that you don't know the matchup.
Yeah.
So it is just a great test here. Especially since Kiraflex is just so well done.
Like I said, it would be a good opportunity for him to learn from someone.
That was the wildest little combo I think I've seen in a minute.
I'm trying to look something up.
Yeah, Kiraflex just kind of pulling ahead more and more. Already a whole stock. We'll see it. I think the next one. EO4 looks like he kind of ran out of juice there on the recovery.
I knew it. So he is from Arizona. He was just in Cali for a while, but he's now currently in Arizona. But Smashwood will tell you Smashwood is still in California. I know that's not true. Don't trust the misinformation out there, folks. Also, Kiraflex pulling back ahead, which is like That's the thing. I've seen like Kiraflex, unfortunately, like get cheesed by Masters at FFF and SSS before. I went saw him get double eliminated by like Watt Keeganers, which again is like the most unfortunate thing that could happen. But that only happens like early on in the game where he'll like get a little cheese. Because like once he's kind of like settled in, it's gonna be really hard to take the game out of his fingers. You can kind of see that right now, where it's like the game is tight in his grasp right now.
Yeah, I think some players just drive so much more off of momentum.
Yeah.
Where if you really can't start with that build of momentum, things can get a little rough sometimes. You get upset. But then once you get going, you take games.
It's like probably like my number one thing is as a commentator is I wish I could see more into the mind of the person playing. Because I was like, I'm sure Gearbox has already noticed like half a dozen habits for EO4, and that's what he's just reacting to. And he will probably continue to do that for the rest of the game.
Absolutely.
And the thing is like EO4 needs to pick up on those and adjust those, or this next game is about to look different.
And that
Like I
is
said, EO4 with a smile on his face. That's what we like to see. 'Cause again, we're saying that he has a better struggle with bracket stamina, so it's good to see him like in a good mood going into a relatively late game with again someone who's going to be pretty hard to upset here.
absolutely, it's an uphill battle, especially from this point on, where you're down a game, but it's still best of 3. You don't have too much time, but you know, it's never finished. Just getting some hits in. Change the skin, maybe feeling a little lighter, maybe a lighter of a mood. Reflects.
Yeah, it was a really good opportunity to reflect that later. This is what I mean. He's getting cheesed in the early game, but I don't think you can count on that staying that way. They're both just flash shielding each other. Reminded me of Smash 4.
What a game.
What a game indeed. Goodness.
Well, I need to make a stronger push for Shrek Super Slam as a side event or something similar.
I'll put it on my list. Everyone, reach out to me if you have a side bracket you want to get run or you want to run yourself at FFF, because we are designing a miscellaneous corner. So the locks for every week will be Street Fighter 6 because Keeganers is a very reliable TO, and Pokken Tournament because it's very easy to run, and we have like a bunch of reliable TOs for that. Whereas we will have a miscellaneous corner for a third game, which can be stuff like Smash Brawl, Smash Wii U, Godzilla fighting game is one, Dragon Ball Fighters, Guilty Gear Strive, stuff like that. If you have something you would like to add to that list, reach out to me. Probably know where to do that already. I'll say EO4 is pulling ahead, but again, Kiraflax is not far behind at all. So it's really hard to tell how this game is going to turn out. Rob Dittos, what can you say? This is definitely going to be good rod review for either of them, even though I doubt they run into this matchup that often.
There's no quick toy. I do need to, before the tournament happens, I'll have time regardless, but I almost have every character unlocked. Because I'm sure people would want to play even if low tiers. It's okay. I only have like the good characters unlocked.
Yeah, most of the games we like to have like 2 setups for stuff like, especially if it was stuff like Dragon Ball, but like for older games, more scuffed games, one might say, like the tie-in Godzilla game or Shrek Super Slam. One setup is probably fine.
Yeah.
So as long as you have all the characters, it's like, yeah, there we go.
Good enough. Oh, I have to unlock all the maps. That's good. It is a game that is very near and dear to my heart, and so I'd love to have it. If you're watching, you know, maybe that's the week you gotta come, you know, try it out. Maybe, you know, the thing is that's hard is like, I feel like with stuff like that, there's always like one person's gonna go in and like lab things for like a few hours. Shrek Super Slam is the type of game where if you go in and lab things for a few hours, you will just win.
Yeah.
But who knows what'll happen. This is quite a game here. It's looking quite intense at the moment, even stocks, but EO4 kind of just trying to run away, take a breather a little bit.
That's what I mean. Is like Kiraflax had control of the stage for sure. It's just because like EO4 was like locked out, but he made that successful recovery, and that was all he really needed to take that kill. Like I said, he just had to shave off that last couple percent. Kiraflax did pretty good with that conversion off the start right there. So, like I said, things are still looking pretty up for him.
And there is a move. It is coming out, and it is funny because yeah, when you see a Ditto, even a move as good as an air or down tilt for Rob, it's not in some unfair way in any sense, because Kiraflax has it too. EO4 has it too. There's no unevenness in the character matchup, which is very interesting. I think certain Dittos are definitely more interesting than others, and this is one that I do find particularly interesting.
Yeah, speaking of which, EO4 has built up a pretty nice amount of extra credit from 50%. I mean, Kiraflax, of course, taking the kill. I mean, Gyro into side B, what are you going to do to live it if you wanted to? So if Kiraflax can keep that momentum, it might be enough to take the game, but EO4 is not letting up at all, as he is now over 100%. Kiraflax
Could be his game.
Yeah. EO4 really fighting his heart out to get us to game 5, but Kiraflax has a pretty good motion off stage. Again, EO4 going to probably have to go under the stage. Nope, makes it up. Oh, but the sloppy recovery is getting punished pretty hard. Nice. EO4 managed to shark Kiraflax. Bouncing him off the gyro. Okay.
Spot dodge.
Oh, is that laser going to do it? It's going to do
will.
it. He took a game off Kiraflax. All right, they are moving to game 3.
That is great for EO4 there, whether you win the set or not.
Like I
Taking a
said,
game,
yeah.
And now you have momentum moving into this third game.
Because
What
like you
a
were saying,
spot.
there was another person, again, I'm not going to name names, but they didn't, they had a pretty good overall, record, but not a lot of notable wins. But the problem is, well, not the problem, but the thing is that with each of their sets, even the ones they lost, they still took a game. So they're, keeping pace with everybody, which is really important. And that's the thing here, where it's even if EO4 loses, taking a game off Kiraflax is not half bad.
It's not at all.
Because it was, it wasn't just cheese. It was, a pretty convincing game. So.
And that's the interesting thing with tryouts is you're looking ahead.
Yeah.
In a lot of senses, it's like we're gonna have this person on this roster for GCU, and they're going to need to consistently keep up with various good people.
Especially who else is already on varsity.
So if you can just beat one person consistently but not keep up with anyone else, what does it really show compared to you're keeping up with everyone? That's great. You're taking games off of people. You're just, even if you're just almost there, that can really mean the difference.
It's also worth remembering Kiraflax stayed on the Rob Ditto, not wanting to move to pit. I feel like that is the right decision, because I just think his Rob is a little more tuned up than his pits right now. But his pits are usually a pretty good safety net as well. Or it's just because of how consistent those characters are. But I do really respect him to stay on this, especially because, again, it worked in game 1. He's probably just trying to, all he's got to do is prove the better fundies.
Absolutely. And we see, just like the last game,
Big.
Kiraflax starting a little slow, but already eating it out.
But I was about to say, he was making insane use of that uppy there. Uh-oh, EO4 caught between the gyros. I realized something that the gyro reminds me of, but it's not really. Yeah, I was going to say it's a little bit similar because of how EO4 bounced him off earlier. It's kind of similar to Aegis. Where did he go?
Caught him. It is interesting. I think Kiraflax making use of a lot more Rob movement tech than EO4, but EO4 being more aware of certain frame traps. It feels like just getting Kiraflax caught in a.
That's the thing. Is Kiraflax probably has a better fine-tuned playstyle with this character, but EO4 is probably just leaning into abusing everything about this character. So I mean, hey, if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Again, EO4 with some pretty impressive extra credit. Things are going to look tough for Kiraflax. It's definitely not an easy fight at all, especially as he's falling behind a little bit. But again, never count him out, as he is probably about to take the stock. If I had to take a guess, yeah, there it is. I don't think this is a situation where you escape Rob's edge guarding. Again, something I really like is just EO4. He's definitely focused because he's happy. He's having a good time, which again is really important when selecting members of the team. It's just who not only can stay collected, but who is having a good attitude, because that's the thing that we're going to be looking at very, very close for the last contention.
There's that back here. That's going to do a lot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that already almost caught Kiraflax back up. Again, kind of showing again that he is the more experienced player here. He's going to earn that title. They got each other's gyros.
Little trade.
All right, well, it didn't really do much. Oh, EO4 getting that straight back air, like you were saying, it really does do so much damage.
Wingers, it's just really catches so many options. That's why we've seen it a lot. Rob, also one of those characters. I don't know if he really has a bad move.
Oh yeah, definitely. Where it's kind of there are some of his moves, some of his tilts, where you can kind of just bam, 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 and he's works down tilt. Where you're okay.
They're just doing the same thing. They just did a little gyro, then did a laser. EO4 going to get away from that tech chase situation.
Yeah, they're really playing into the idea of the mirror match.
So I mean, looks pretty even. Stocks haven't been taken.
No, he threw his gyro, but got hit by Ethan's. Kirflex kind of looking for a window to approach because he knows that like if he goes in a little too rough, he's going to get punished. And it's kind of happening now as EO4 gets a chance to ledge guard. And this is usually a good chance for Rob to kill. Wow, really good read there.
This feels like that game
Reaction,
where
really.
it feels like the game where you have two people, one person's hands on the underside of the other person's hand, and you try, whoever's are below, you try to put them on the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And like, they're just kind of staring at each other, both swinging every once in a while.
Like I
just
said,
trying
down
to
tilt, down
catch
tilt,
them
down tilt.
up. Yep.
That is the EO4 classic to me. Where he's just like, you know what? I don't really know what else to do. Down tilt. Uh-oh, Kirflex is looking like he might lock this back in. Oh, nice reading high to go for a backer, but EO4 reacts perfectly, goes low instead. If he ate that, that could have been the game. And really the set, because again, this is still a best of 3 at winners quarters. This could be anybody's game. Who is going to get sent to losers here, and who is going to move on to winner semis?
Double gyro. The crowd is popping off. This is intense. It's the tip of that back air.
All right. Again, this is a bit of an underdog story for EO4. Kirflex might have it. Uh-oh. No, not killing off the berry. That's going to be really rough, especially if EO4 can get the setup of his own. Again, no one likes to be cheered against, but again, Kirflex is definitely the more seasoned player here. He is coming out ahead. Has a little bit of EO4 has a little bit of cheer going for him, but this might be dead. That's it. Let's go, Kirflex. Closing it out, threading that needle by just a razor's edge, and a really good set for both players. You really love when you can look at the room and just see the applause where it's like everyone's like, yeah, that's a good outcome no matter what.
Very much so. Both players just phenomenal job.
Rob!
Very much so.
Adams keeps sliding in notes like that like it's a teleprompter.
The way he communicates.
Yeah,
with
again,
us.
you love to see sets like that where it's like no matter the outcome, you get some pretty sportsman-like applause from everybody. Because like I said, nobody likes to be cheered against. Even though you gotta accept it's gonna happen in any competitive set.
That's the thing. Someone loses, someone wins. Regardless,
Also,
we're all here to have a
again,
good time.
not to my horn. I feel like this fit kind of works. You know, it's the jacket and then the shirt and then the turtleneck. I
I'm-
feel like it all kind of blends together well on camera.
If you haven't noticed, we've got kind of new
New uniforms. Yeah.
uniforms, and I'm a fan.
Sorry.
It's not centered in the same way, so it feels a little bit.
That's
more
the only problem with the jacket is it was like kind of covering
That
it.
is
So that's
true.
that's why I moved it like this.
So maybe in your case it would look nice. I like the little turtleneck underneath.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's the thing.
it's
I
a
think it
very
blends
wintry fit.
really well on camera. Which I wasn't. It was actually a little bit warm in here when we first got here. I was not expecting. Which is
Yeah.
probably just like a bunch of bodies coming into the same room all at the same time.
Very true.
Especially because it's cooled down a little bit as the night has gone on, and now it's more so what I was expecting. Ooh, another very hot set coming up. It is Hime Atomizer.
I don't know about Hime, but Jinx looks like he's.
Oh, Jinx
He's ready.
Atomizer.
There
Sorry,
we
Hime
go.
was over there, so I kind of assumed he was sitting down to play, and then he just crossed past
Another
us.
DDD
Yeah, I know, I guess
murder
not.
would maybe
Yeah.
be untasteful.
Oh no, DDD Sora again.
He's dying. He's already dead.
Oh, I'm dying.
So, but we'll see how Jinx
I should check the
can
bracket
do.
link again. I was getting my phone, but I was like, I don't want to be scrolling for it while we're still on camera. But yeah, it's gonna be Sora We Fit most likely. We are fit. Like I said, Adam's really just like passing notes. Because he knows I'm gonna read it no matter what it says. Where I just sit, I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh.
Well, here we go.
All right, just as I said, Sora We Fit.
One
on
thing
Smash.
I don't think we've seen is I think normally Salt, the player we saw on the first night, likes to like do a little flexing show. So for the screen, he just goes and does like a lat spread.
Who does?
Salt.
Oh yeah.
And he hasn't done it. It's very, maybe he's waiting. Maybe he doesn't feel like it.
Maybe he did it before round one.
Maybe. I gotta get to a point where I can do like a solid lat spread and just. I think it's funny. What a combo there. That's like one of those things that you don't clip necessarily, but I think is really funny. Bing bong. But he did down throw, down smash, and that's just wild. It just gotta makes you think like, this dude's got that dog. I didn't realize that Jinx had already taken a stock. He is spin running. Atomizer, not far behind. Just that was one.
Very nice little reversal there with Thundaga.
Both these characters, I think, have very similar reputations almost. Sora's being a little bit maybe more campy, but very reliant on traps and just constant pressure even from the ledge.
Nice. Thundaga, one of, if not, just perhaps the most punishable move ever. It's really unfortunate because it's like so much of Sora's kit is like pretty fine-tuned, but it's like Thundaga will always get you hit. It's so sad.
I feel like the reward, like the option coverage is amazing. The
Yeah.
reward is not, maybe not worth it.
And then you get hit again. See?
Yeah.
I was like, it's really rough. That's like the one thing I think Sora needs like fixing up on.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, not the one thing. I mean, I'm sure if I sat in front of someone like Jinx who hates Sora so much, he could probably give me a lot of suggestions of what Sora should be changed. I think that spells should be #1 priority. It feels like they kind of just don't. They don't work.
Yeah.
Faraga's a really decent projectile. Faraga's a pretty decent projectile.
On the other one,
Thundaga has just way too much ammo. You're stuck the whole time, and it's really easy to dodge.
do you think it'd
It's sometimes good for ledge guarding, but even then, he just got killed for ledge guarding with it. Blizzaga is okay at higher percents. It does nothing at low percents, obviously, because it's a freeze move.
Do you think it's something where all three would need to get balanced, or that one would need to get buffed in order to emphasize the fact that you have to go through all three of them to get back to the one good one?
That's a good question, because for really what it is I'm more so thinking Thundaga and Blizzaga just need some tuning to up the level of Faraga. But you are right that if you make them too good, you kind of trivialize Faraga. So
Because my thought is,
it's kind of like the Pokemon trainer where it's like if one of the three of them was too good, you would never play the other two, but they're all kind of balanced where like you gotta switch between them no matter what. Whereas opposed to Aegis, it's like there are a lot of people who just play like they're almost the full stock.
Yep.
Mithra is actually almost a bad example because both of them are pretty good.
True.
I guess a better example would be Melee Sheik Zelda, where it's like Sheik is like so overwhelmingly good you almost never switch to Zelda, but sometimes top players switch to Zelda just to take the kill, even though, again, sometimes you don't need to unless you're past certain percent windows. Thresholds, that's the word I was looking for. I will say Atomizer is running the works here so fast that I've barely been able to keep up with him. Because, I mean, Jinx, of course, took that first game. Atomizer again. Again, Jinx really just has that window of how to get past it and then kill with it. Again, he probably hates Sora so much, he's just practiced everything he can to get past it. Also, we see him play Shy a lot. Is another big factor there. That's a good point. My team is just trying to, like, Shy has been playing a lot of Sonic lately, which, to be fair, I doubt Jinx is very happy about that either.
True. The interesting thing with Firaga is once you use it, you can't spend it. You know,
Unless you are locked in on the same thing. You can't use it and stop, then use it again.
Yeah.
If you stop, you have to cycle through the other, which is what makes the mechanic kind of cool and interesting. And okay, it just gives Sora more depth than they would have otherwise. Because otherwise they would just have 2 extra specials.
Yeah, you say, okay.
Yeah. I was like, otherwise it would just kind of be just extra special moves. It's like hero spells. Like if you could just have a big wheel that selects any of the spells, like that'd be insane.
It would be awesome. Almost like Shulk. I guess Shulk is an example of that almost, where
Storm _ aka Coach _ is locked in watching Jinx. Again, he is the new coach. He has to assess the play of everyone who comes here. Because again, Jinx is trying out. And again, he is in pretty strong contention for varsity. It's not looking like he's going to miss that. But something devastating could happen the day 3 of tryouts or today, so you just got to really watch out. Although, to be fair, I would say that today has been a pretty good showing so far. Again, closing out with Atomizer and making it to top 8 would be definitely the goal here. And the goal's looking pretty good.
It's looking good.
It's good.
Goal. Finished it with the header right
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Not the real header, but
It was the up smash.
this is the up.
I was like, header's a whole other thing. Nice Nair loop. Again, that was so brutal when we saw the Nair loop on DDD. What a tragic character.
It really is. I mean, it feels bad.
That's the thing of like. So the big question is like, will people keep playing Ultimate after another game comes out? I say no. A lot of people disagree. The main reason is precedent. People don't play Smash Brawl when Smash 4 came out. People don't play Smash 4 when Ultimate came out. Just how it is. And of course, those metas aren't necessarily as polarized as Smash 4 and Brawl were. But it's still close. And the big thing is mostly like people will say, well, what about the roster size? Like, there are a lot of characters in this game who will objectively probably never be in the series again. One of them is on the screen. 2 of them are on the screen, actually, now that I think about it. But the thing is, like, I don't personally like the size of the roster is a huge draw to casuals. And it objectively was one of the biggest things to market it. I don't think it's an actual positive of the competitive scene in the game. I think it's too many characters to keep track of. I think it makes the matchup spreads horrendous for everybody. And that's just the thing. Sometimes you'll get characters like DDD who are so half-baked, not even just half-baked, just bad. I guess a better example of a half-baked character would be like Piranha Plant, where it's like, what does he even have? Banjo, because Banjo.
Oh,
Where it's like, you can't have every character be good, and if you tried to, it would probably make the balance even worse. Nice front atomizer, really not showing. Which like, I would say Sora at least like has a pretty strong like design philosophy. They know what they want Sora to be.
ooh, almost just tried to end it there. Already got Jinx.
Really smart. Yeah, I was like, that was a really smart opportunity to get to left there. I was like, if they went to the platform, I'm almost certain that Jinx could have gotten him and punched him. Speaking of which, this is game 3, so we could see the, well, we will see rather, because the set close out here. It's just all about who's going to take it.
And this is the anyone could die.
Yeah. Yeah, go. Last dog, last hit. Sun salutation to the face. Now they're even percent. Uh-oh.
I got
Nice.
picked up on the soccer ball.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
my
like
word.
getting deep breathing, bouncing with the header into an, was that an up air?
Yeah, basically another header. He's playing soccer.
Yeah.
He is just playing soccer. It is a best of 5, I think.
They are locking in, so that means it's best of 5. I was like, I was like, nobody got up. I was like, I didn't have the thing up top telling me it was the best of 5 yet, but they did literally just like both lock in rather than anyone getting up to leave. So I was like, that's the best of 5. Cool.
Oh yeah, now we're.
Sometimes the production doesn't tell me, so the players always do. I can watch them and know we're still going.
No one's crying.
Yeah, we're still. Yeah, no chairs have been thrown.
Oh yeah.
No controllers unplugged.
It's true.
Start battle.
No losers body slamming winners. Everyone is still alive and well.
No hands are thrown.
All right, game 3, game 4, I should say. Sorry, I'm in my early round mindset still. We are going to smash, which gives Atomizer a little less room to nair loop people on, but that platform for resetting them is arguably as good.
We'll see if the game 4 Atomizer clutches up, or if the game 4 cheats.
It seems like you might have just given a commentator's blessing, as Atomizer is still at 0 and Jinx is at 110.
Might change.
Just a commentator's curse, just interrupt that. How it is.
Nothing ever goes the way we don't want it.
That was the funniest thing about that HBox video I mentioned earlier that I was watching. There was like a new tier list where he was mentioning like not a lot of people, like, you know, Wii Fit has some good qualities. Not a lot of people representing them. Not a lot of players you see for Wii Fit. So it's really hard to tell. And it's like, Agus was like, you're telling me, because of course he has to play Wii Fit all the time. Oh no, Jinx whiffing that down there, getting punished pretty hard for it, and now Atomizer's looking up. Jinx has stage control, so let's see how this turns around. Knocked into the air. Atomizer not really picking up anything off his juggle, but is trying to convert into another narrow loop, but Jinx is just too high percent for that to really work right now. But also too low percent for it to work. Again, awkward mid percent. I emphasize this all the time. Alright. Nice. Sun Salutation just for a little bit of healing, getting you back into that really weird percent for Sora. And
Down till
deep breathing was on the deck, but I think it's yeah,
that's interesting. The reflect actually reflected the soccer ball.
Yeah. No, yeah, is it
Because of the
yeah, I think I explained it was that move and something else that I was like explaining to someone where it's like it's because the way Sora counters works is it sends projectiles in the direction they were already going. So most like beams or whatever, any charge shots like Samus's or Mewtwo's, they will just keep going behind him because that's where they're already going. But stuff that gets turned around, like the soccer ball, or Gordo is a good example. Because there's also a hit in it also, so it literally just hits back the soccer ball in the Gordo. But there's also boomerangs or Belmont Cross, where it still goes back. Like I said, it's going to keep its trajectory. It just gives possession to Sora. So the Belmont will get hit by it if it's countered, obviously. But it's not like every other will just keep going past it. Because that move was designed to work that way because of not 1v1s, the doubles and free-for-alls mostly. But it still has some interesting interactions like that.
Which I do think is a great idea. Just, you're kind of feeding into the casual scene, which I think is very important.
Oh, yeah.
But still leaving it not to be broken in a 1v1 scene. I don't know. Do you think it would make Sora broken if it did reflect the opposite
His
way?
counter's super good, so yeah, probably. Oh, nice. Thundaga hitting. Atomizer is pulling ahead. It does look like we're going to go to game 5 here unless Jinx turns around things really hard. Oh.
Out, but can you bring it back? Okay, there it is.
Yeah, he's back on the stage, but again, he's just too high percent, anything to kill. There we go. We are going to game 5, and Jinx is going to get the counter pick for the stage. Things are still looking pretty nice for him.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier, is it better to lose game 1 or 2, but now you can
lose game 3 and 4.
yeah, so much more.
So it's really, would you rather lose earlier or later?
Stop battle. We fit trainer.
The most important ones are the first game and the second to last game. Which again, in best of 3s happen to be like sometimes the same thing.
Next to each other.
Yeah.
So we'll see this game 3. Stage pick's going to be PS2. Definitely something that seems like Jinx, has the winning record on the stage. So definitely comfortable with.
Also again, just the most balanced stage in the game by most opinions. I prefer small battlefield, but that's just because it's better for me.
I just don't like the aesthetics of PS2.
Yeah.
Personally.
That's the main thing. I'm just sick of seeing it.
It's so dark.
I do know there's talks of mixing up the stage list a little bit.
Really?
Maybe. There's nothing like official, but it's mostly just like, again, the same few get like kind of stale. Because if there's something that is optimal for almost every character to go to, every game will go there. And obviously, you're not gonna ban PS2 from your stage list. You're not allowed to. So it's up to the players to ban it when they're striking, which again, most people won't, because you're kind of just like, I'm fine going to PS2, or you actively want to go to PS2 if you're like, or Jinx, who is catching up now, getting deep breathing and some sanitation both on deck before sword.
Yeah, the Atomizer, definitely a big fan of Smashville. We can see in both the other set we watched, he just was very keen to go to it, and both times did very well on it. So it is probably great for Jinx just to be able to have this final game in a stage that he is comfortable with. Yeah, Jinx kind of pulling ahead in the lead here, but there's a certain level you get to where all that really matters is stocks, which is a very interesting thing. I think, earlier on especially, it's very easy just to kind of look at percent and go, oh, he's 4% higher, he's losing. And then you realize sometimes that's not always the case. You're playing against Kazuya, it doesn't really matter. It's just you need to be ahead of stock. Or Wario. Percents don't matter, you need to be ahead of stock. Just to be safe.
Well, it used to be like that at GCU, but again, we do not have Bright or Simply Turtles playing anymore, so you are safe for now.
Very true. Where's the new Terry player?
True. Me. I'll inherit it.
Yeah. I can say I've never lost with Terry in a set. What a tech.
Yeah.
I have played Terry before.
Header
with
spike.
Big
Wow.
Bomb.
Again, that's another thing where it's like sometimes you just do not want to contest Wii Fit off stage because you will just get blown up and spiked. Put the Switch on airplane mode.
Let's go.
All right, Mioxi and Kiraflax. This is a hot set.
Absolutely.
Hey.
That match ended very abruptly, it feels.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering. I just meant like in general. Sometimes we do the end of a side bracket on stream, such as Pokken Tournament. I don't know if we're doing that tonight.
Would be legit.
I saw Vinda Viper playing Penguin at 1. I'm like, well, those are 2 players who might be in Grands. So let me just figure out ask.
It is true. I was saying that match ended very abruptly. It seemed to come to quite the swift end.
Right. I was
This is very crazy. It just kind of was like, oh,
yeah,
that
I was
just
saying,
happened.
sometimes this guy's playing Pokemon Go. I was like, yeah, sometimes you never want to contest Wii Fit off stage, and a great example of that is that where it's like, yeah, you could have closed out the game, but instead you're gonna just kind of get blown up. And Jinx has the room to afford it. He was still on his second stock, so
Absolutely. So, 'tis very true.
yeah.
But Wii Fit Trainer
My
definitely.
fluffy hair is being constricted by these headsets. Born to fluff, forced to work.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I do think Wii Fit is just a very interesting character, as janky as it can seem. It's very intriguing, just the hitboxes that add a lot of depth to the playstyle. But what can you do? It's interesting just because like I playing a lot of Mario too because I don't feel like thinking. And it's like I play Mario and I think, but I really am not having to focus on the character at all.
Yeah.
Like I focus on my positioning and playing,
And your opponent, really.
and my opponent more than anything, which is great. But
Yeah.
some players, some characters, you really just need to focus a lot more on your own character, as much as you should be looking at the other character.
I'd say Wii
but
Fit and Sora are both pretty
yeah.
decent examples. One of the best examples is Duck Hunt,
Duck
where you're
Hunt,
like,
100%.
I have to watch all of my 100 resources at all
Yep.
times.
So, it is a fun thing. I like the more simple characters because I don't like to think very much.
Get a load of this guy. This slob.
He's eating food. Oh,
Dripping noodles all over the place. Get this guy out of here. Get him out of my sight.
nice. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Our players are both up there now. Cool. It's going to be Mia and Kiraflex.
I have a very interesting class schedule. I only have class 2 days a week.
Ooh. I have it all days a week, but I only have 3 classes. I used to have 4 to 5. Nice. So now I'm kind of chilling, kind of coasting. Kiraflex is playing Lucina.
Do you have any classes before the tournament?
No, I have 1 p.m.
Song. So it's different than last semester.
Actually, the last couple, 2 or 3 semesters, I had a class that got out at 5:45 or 6:45 or whatever. Yeah, I had a 5 p.m. So we got out at 6:45, and the tournament started at 7. Or we're supposed to. We got in the room late because of some stuff, but we got that fixed. That's why we have the new room, so we will always be in here on time. However, speaking of on time, we are now just in time to watch Kiraflex versus Neoxy, and as was described to me, Kiraflex is playing Lucina, and Mia is playing Diddy Kong. So what world did I stumble into?
Who knows?
Because I've seen Mia playing a lot of different characters recently. This isn't one of them. I've seen her play Box, of course, is her main. There's also a Brawler sometimes. Joker was one for a little bit while. Roy has been a lot recently. Right now it's Diddy Kong, so
Interesting. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're just having fun. Maybe they're just trying to try something out. Have you had Kinder chocolate?
yeah.
I am a very big fan of Kinder chocolate. I say that because I may or may not be eating
Right now.
chocolate at the moment.
I think, pretty sure, isn't chocolate one of the things that is good to kind of just pound back if you're bulking? If you're dirty bulking? Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
Probably.
I'm not a reliable resource on this topic, so don't take that for granted. But I will assume that dirty bulking is a funny concept. It's sold to know that you literally can eat whatever and then work out a bunch.
Yeah. I feel like I come from an interesting background in the health and fitness realm because my brother is a personal trainer. And he's always been interested in health, biology, working out. He's actually just graduated about a month ago. And now looking at kind of going to a PA school, I think. But and then my family also, I think, is very informed about health. And I'm not. I don't look into like that kind of stuff, but just by the fact that I live with my family, it very much rubs off a lot. So I feel like I have knowledge of a lot of things that I don't really know why. But that's why stuff like bolting and whatnot is interesting. Leading into it, what I'm trying to lead into is I've been professing this mac and cheese to my roommates, glorifying it in a sense.
Oh, almost a shield break.
That was a close one. Gear flex looking great in this fight. I've been trying to get all my roommates and friends to try this mac and cheese.
Say, speaking of fitness, there was no way Mia was fitting this recovery when Kiraflex
Ran away.
had a very strong ledge guard there. You know, that was not my best transition.
Nope. Back to mac and cheese.
It was a little forced. Yeah, it was a little rough. It was. I had it conceptualized for a little bit, but I didn't. I had the start, and I never really thought about how I was finishing. Life's a journey, is what I'm saying. Life is a journey,
True.
and we're all just kind of chugging on that train of life. And sometimes you don't really know your destination. And speaking of not really knowing your destination, Mia's on another character, Violet, which I actually did see her play more recently. I think. Actually, I'm thinking of someone else. I don't know if I saw her play Violet recently. Either way, Claude Violet, this is. Not my favorite skin. Kiraflex is playing my favorite skin of Lucian, so.
Solid.
What can I say? Well, one of my favorites. I actually also like the Tiki one a lot, but all of the red ones are great. The red ones?
There's a tiki one?
Yes.
Is it?
It's red and green.
That's
Like
I never
tiki
thought
fire.
about it. I need to play Lucian.
Do you know Fire?
No.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I've
'Cause Tiki is one of the characters. She can turn into a dragon. She wears red and green. So
really.
she wears red and green.
I was thinking like
No, not like a Tiki hut.
that's not.
That would be wild.
That would
and
be sick.
Probably cultural appropriation from Lucian, but you know what I'm saying.
I think it would be sick, and I would appreciate it very much. Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
What do you mean? I think it's a valid. If
You think that's a valid assumption?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not in.
Meanwhile, the Claude skin, not Violet's best.
Well,
I like the Edelgard skin the most. The Claude skin is at least maybe better than the Dimitri skin. I'm not really sure. I don't really like the Dimitri
what's the
or
one
Claude
that's
skins.
a girl with dark hair? Because I'll take that one.
Her default one is a girl with dark hair.
Perfect.
Both of the defaults and the Sothis. Anyways, yeah, pulling ahead a little bit.
I just don't like. It's almost like a bowl cut, and it just
It doesn't
hair
look- it
is
doesn't.
ugly. I don't.
It's something about the hair color just like kind of emphasizes that it doesn't look good. I don't really know. Also, I don't really like the yellow that's being used either. It's also just not Claude's color scheme. Claude does not have black hair. He has brown hair. What is happening?
Mia has been. Is what
Well, she does have good mix because she is pulling ahead, which is
True.
a thing you can really always rely on the like top members of AZ Smash, especially like Mia and Strider. Sometimes they'll just be counterpicking anybody. And like, sure, I guess Kiraflex isn't really playing his mains either right now, but I've seen him play Lucina like a pretty decent amount. Nice missing there. F smash. That was really well spaced, I thought, but still didn't connect because Violet's down smash is kind of weird and absurd.
I would like to continue the mac and cheese discussion, even though it's unrelated. Yeah. But what a
Nice.
snipe.
Really strong just offensive use. Charging the bow there. Normally, I just can't chance to grow. But until they show me that they're about to get hit by it. It's kind of like the opposite where someone like hit something until they can show that they're going to avoid it. I'm just like, I'm going to not hit this until they show me they're going to get hit by it, especially if it's a character with like a reflector, like a shine, like the Spaceys. Where I'm like, and then they shine, I'm like, yeah, I'm canceling.
Yup. Goodbye.
They shine, I'm canceling. And then they don't shine, I'm like, get hit. Speaking of Wolf, anyways, you were saying, sorry.
Sorry, I just really like mac and cheese. There's this Trader Joe's boxed mac and cheese,
Okay.
and it has 4 cheeses in it, 2 of which are Havarti and Gouda, which are some of my personal favorite cheeses. But it has 32 grams of protein and like 720 calories. So if you're trying to bulk, it's like $3.
Wow.
you're trying to bulk and you don't like making food, Trader Joe's mac and cheese.
I do love mac and cheese.
Very-
I do like making food. So.
More healthy than fast food because there's no seed oils and it's just butter.
Yeah.
So kind of legit.
You're right. I should make more mac and cheese. That's actually a good idea. Because right now I'm just eating a lot of like sub sandwiches and
Good.
pasta is what I've heard is the best thing to really be doing. I had such a hearty meal at this old spaghetti factory. It was so yummy. It's for my birthday.
Really? Happy birthday.
Big plate of spaghetti, big Italian sausage, 2 big Italian meatballs, and also there's bread. And
Your
soup.
birthday on the 9th?
Mine was on the 6th.
6th. There it is.
What is yours? You're on?
Mine is this Monday.
Ooh.
Are
you
you?
doing?
You turned 21?
I turned
20? That's crazy. You're just a child.
Because I graduated early. Everyone says that, and I'm like, dog. We went to
It's
school
like, wait.
together.
I just say that because I'm like, I
Yeah.
which obviously in a very responsible way.
I was saying, Neil was back, Aaron there, really covering Cureflex's recovery there, but Cureflex is
Ding
right
bong.
back at you.
That was
Right.
crazy.
Right?
You just stared him in the
Right back
eyes.
at you.
I love it. It's such an interesting.
I'm
neutral
surprised
being
Mia
there.
didn't just like. I'm surprised you didn't just like go Fox. You know what I'm saying? Just go Fox.
Yeah, it's the
Which
same,
you know,
like, you're-
nobody likes to be told just play your main, but like, it does work.
It does.
I guess it doesn't feel as bad if you lose with the character who you're like not as experienced with as your main.
Do you think we'll see a Fox if we get to like a game 5?
No, because I think she's more focused on kind of taking the game pretty casually right now.
Nice.
Like still competing obviously, but she's not trying out for the team. Which is interesting because again, I think she is one of the players who probably would have been an auto lock.
Very true.
Obviously, like you still take results into account, but she's so dominant that it's like it probably would have been like 9-1 all 3 days.
You know, Mia was at the first day of trials when I was there. I wasn't able to make it to the second day.
Yeah, she
I
said
know.
she's not trying out, and also she had like food poisoning the second day, which was really unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. Well,
She gave me the whole story.
Lucia's back now. That would suck if, more than a day.
It's one of those things where it was cooking chicken, but she didn't know how long before, and then she's like, "This is not fully cooked. I'm gonna finish cooking this, and it'll be fine." But the uncooked chicken juices had seeped into the rice, and no, it was too late. Speaking of, never mind. I'm not gonna. I was gonna say, speaking of too late, I'm like, just kind of. He unfortunately was
Caraflax to win that game.
I was yeah, he was unfortunately not able to clutch that recovery. Wait, was that Caraflax's game? That was Mia's game, right?
It was Mia's game, but it was
Okay.
too late for Caraflax to win the game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Caraflax win the game. I'm like, he didn't win the game. I was like, I was just
No.
talking about how he wasn't able to clutch that recovery. Here's the Mii Brawler. Nope.
Okay.
Here's the Roy. Okay, I was like, play a character I know you play. Alright, she did clutch that out. Ooh, and here's Caraflax's Dark Pit. This is what I've been wanting to see ever since that Rob did.
Oh, yeah. And it is game point here for Mia.
This is like kind of a thing where it's like every character, like someone will be like, oh, that character's so dishonest, and like their character is like Sephiroth. And where it's kind of just like every character in this game is pretty dishonest. However, Pit is the epitome of team fundies. He's got nothing that special, and everything's just kind of good, and most of it is like pretty normal, like you're just like, okay, multi-hit that links into this, and that finishes with this. Very standard stuff.
Yeah, more
But
like
I
they
just-
need Dark Pit because
Yeah.
there he is.
But that was really funny. But I do love watching Caraflax's hits, especially Dark Pit.
What causes you to like Dark Pit more?
Well, first of all, he just plays Dark Pit more. So,
True.
like, Pit is pretty matchup specific, whereas, like, if you need the more directional arrow, you take that. Whereas, like, otherwise, you should usually just be playing Dark Pit.
I like the sniping with regular Pit. I just
Yeah,
think
exactly. And again, it's, like, really good for legendary, but with Dark Pit, it just does
True.
more damage. Because Pit does kind of need more ways to build up, like, residual damage. But yeah, and it's just nice to see someone have a pretty just solid grasp on a pretty solid character and just kind of execute their game plan in a normal way.
Very
I don't know how else to really put it. Speaking of executing on that game plan, Cureflex is really running away with. Oh no! Mia was able to escape that with the up B as a reversal, but was then punished afterwards. Flag. Nice. So Cureflex was able to sneak in 2 arrows there, which did a lot of damage, but Mia was able to bounce him off the stage and send him to the next stock. Is she going to be able to close out this game? That remains to be seen. What do you think?
I don't know. It's 82 is kind of tough. It's a high percent. Cureflex going to get the side B, gets the snipe. I think that will be it for this game.
Yeah, that side B was a really strong reversal coming from Cureflex, especially the sent Mia far enough away where they kind of just couldn't recover with Roy.
What character do you think would be the best if they gave them a gun?
If they give him a gun, like Joker gun? Joker gun's a really good gun.
Sure.
Give it to Sonic.
Sonic with a gun.
He needs it.
That would be wild.
Yeah, give it to
I'd say Mario.
I was gonna say Fox, but I was like, oh right.
He does have a gun.
He doesn't have the same kind though, because the like laser is very different than something like Wolf Laser.
Very much so. No knockback ever.
It's
But
it's
Fox.
literally just your annoy your opponent into approaching option. Especially because okay, by the way, she took the advice. She's playing her main now. Especially because again, you can not only can you just harass by just tossing out laser, and even just short hopping with it, like we saw, to just prevent Cureflex from coming over them. But she can also just shine back all arrows. Also, she ran in even though she had a pretty good game plan already. I guess Cureflex was just the more patient player at the moment. Why does Cureflex's camera look so zoomed in? Oh, I think it's tilted down. I think one of the players might have moved it, which is probably on accident, but it's still fun.
Scooby Drew did play, and he is particularly child-sized.
Cureflex just is tall like that.
True. Okay.
You gotta respect it. I thought she was about to side B into him, and I was like, don't do that.
You're not Falco.
Yeah. That's not Falco.
Yeah, this is, I guess, a serious game 5 here. Both these players playing main / domain / whatever you call it. Get the nair up smash. Forward smash not going to kill, though. Both of these players, I feel like you can kind of tell, you know. One thing I noticed was when I would play Greninja for like the 3rd game at the tryouts, every person I played said, "Oh, is that your main?"
Yeah.
And I'd say,
Because it obviously is.
it obviously is.
Yeah.
Even though like I would say that I do very well with other characters, there's just something about it where you're like, yeah, you can definitely tell.
That's how I am with Instant, where it's like I feel like there are other characters that I like. If I had really like practiced in lab, I could have been better at them than Instant. But it's like Instant's kind of he's in the heart.
If you played him more, there's so much more muscle memory that you don't really think about.
Yeah.
Boom, down air.
Especially when it comes to punishing, because punishing is where I struggle in like most games, really, to be honest. I'm just like knowing how to blow up my opponent after they make a mistake. So then it's kind of just me making mistakes the whole game.
See, mine is neutral, just knowing how to do neutral.
I
like combo.
I essentially get neutral. It's just I need to like pay attention. I literally need to usually tell myself before game. I was like, don't run in, play neutral. Especially because in other fighting games I play characters who are very focused on that. Guilty Gear play Testament, and they are essentially just I want to sit in your mid range the entire game and really never have you hit me. I never have to hit you. Eat my projectile. Here's my mid-screen normals.
I did play Guilty Gear for the first time as well this last week.
Okay.
And,
Who'd you play?
not an honest player.
Okay.
And I in no way am intending to learn the game.
Okay.
And so I played the Dolphin Lady and spammed the Dolphin
Nice.
Lady. And it felt great.
That's what Eric did the first time we played. He just went, Totsugeki, and I'm like, stop.
It worked. It worked until I kept messing up the move. And it's not even a hard move.
If you were to learn it, you should play Chip. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally only played the Dolphin
He's a
Lady.
ninja who can teleport, and he just wants to be the president of the United States.
Crazy. What a guy.
What a guy.
Who can diminish his dreams and really tell him no to that, you know?
There's a character I've been recommending to people a lot, mostly just for his vibes, but also he's top tier now.
Perfect.
Gold Lewis Dickinson. He's the Secretary of Absolute Defense. He's literally just the Secretary of Defense of the United States.
Crazy. And this is all in,
Yeah.
what's the game called? Guilty Gear.
Also, Cureflex and Mia are coming in neck and neck, and it's looking like it's getting tougher for either of them to close out definitively against the other. It might just be a last stock, last hit scenario, especially as Mia has not been able to close those stocks again. Once you miss those thresholds on combo characters, or just rush down characters in general, really. It gets kind of difficult, especially because Gearbox is kind of trying to sit there. Okay. That's actually a really good trade for Mia.
Very much so.
A really good trade.
That's
Actually, it's an even better trade for Kira, because Kira was at like 190.
That's why I say, though, it's very evident that these are characters that these players are even more comfortable with just based on how close it is.
Yeah.
Seeing trades like that.
Say again. Last talk, last hit looks pretty definitive. The thing is, Mia is now back to the percents with her opponent where she can kind of just blow Kira up if she gets the right opportunity. Like, building that much already is pretty great. Whereas Kira Flax, again, has to really work his way back up. All right, she has to be careful to not leave that threshold again, or again, Kira's going to be living a long time.
Got a good jump read earlier with that forward air. We'll see if that can come wholly fruitful in this last hit, last stock situation that we have predicted.
It is here. Both at over 100, getting neck and neck. Is that going to kill? Wow.
That'll do it.
Nice showing
Great
from
jump
both
read.
players. Kira Flex managing to close that out with the forward air.
The
The
most
Dark Pit does take it home after so long of me wanting to see it.
I always find I think the biggest habit people have in this game is jumping.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
get so comfortable jumping, and you punish it, and bing bong.
I know that was absolutely my worst habit. Was just jump, jump, jump.
Oh.
Oh, I'm scared. Jump.
I still have it.
I'm at advantage. Jump. And I was like, no, stop.
Stop jumping.
Even though it's a game where you kind of want to stay grounded, especially, and I feel like there are way more characters that emphasize staying grounded than there are characters who emphasize being in the air.
Very much so. I think just the depth of it, you feel more free having the two axes to really operate in rather than just the one. But really, in terms of reaction, you can really react faster with a shield if you're on ground.
That's what I'm saying. Is like you have way more options on the ground. You can shield.
Yeah.
You can
Air
grab.
shielding.
You have more offensive and defensive options when you're
very
grounded.
true.
So,
So, very interesting.
yeah.
Well, we are progressing through this tournament quite nicely. I hope
Yeah.
you guys have enjoyed the matches
Oh,
so
it's crazy.
far.
KC jump scare.
But we're moving into this next match. We're going to see Caraflax again going up against Jinx. And, you know, winners finals?
Yeah.
Look at us go.
Kira Flax and Jinx. This is going to be a hot set of the century. Jinx making it this far against this many tough opponents, again showing why he is going to make that run for top spot GCU. Meanwhile, Kira Flax, again, like I said, a real old head of the scene, a real strong contender for many, many years, proving why he has that legend behind his name that he does.
Jinx is like a young old head. It feels like he's going to be an old head someday just
Yeah.
because I feel like
I feel like he's been around for longer
Yeah.
than I have, at least.
there's certain players here where like I think I came to GCU and went, oh, this person must be older than me because they're already in the scene and they're already this good. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, like they're not. It's very funny. And that's why
That's how I felt with Mia transferring to the school. I was like, what?
Huh? No clue how old he is.
Jinx also like not only one of the most respected players, but also one of the most respected DOs, especially like from outside of Arizona. Like,
Absolutely.
but Kira Flax probably like besides Schroeder has like some of the most like natural in the state. Of course, as we know, Schroeder retired.
Who am I gonna get Greninja tips from?
Yeah.
One thing I found interesting, I was shown in my freshman year, so there's like a website where you can see how many upsets you are away from beating MK Leo.
The MKLeo number, yes.
Yeah. Who do you think has like the highest,
Strutter.
the lowest? Other than Strutter.
Oh, in Arizona in general?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like basically. But like in this
Oh yeah,
tournament
not basically.
tonight.
In this tournament tonight, Mia.
Yeah.
Maybe Jinx or Kira Flax. But it's probably Mia, honestly.
I have a very odd one that is not realistic at all because it's like 3.
What's up? Oh yeah, mine was, well, I don't think it is anymore because I was inactive for long enough, but it was really funny where it was like 3 or 4 because I beat Keeganers at a side bracket in Thunder Summit 1 and I considered it a Keeganers win, and he beat know Simply Turtles who had a random episode on someone who beat someone that beat MKLeo. So it was like
Great. I think mine was I beat Passion. Passion beat Hungry Box, and Hungry Box beat MKLeo,
Yeah.
which isn't real, but it's funny.
oh yeah, MKLeo numbers are getting easier to grab over time. What can I say?
Wear it on like your forehead. You're gonna get it tattooed.
Tattooed on your like your bicep.
Yeah.
MKLeo number.
Yeah. You're like, what does that mean? It means I'm good at the game. This is a little last stock, last hit situation.
It's not even. It doesn't even mean that. It just means you're like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon away from MKLeo. Like you beat someone who is good, and they are
got
close
lucky.
enough to someone who beat MKLeo.
You got lucky to someone who got lucky. Who got lucky.
To someone who was actually good, and then they beat
And then
MKLeo.
yeah, I don't even know.
And then they got lucky and beat MKLeo.
Bing bong.
Really strong showing from Jinx. That was really like that was the last stock, last hit.
Very true. I got asked the other day if I had watched Inside Out recently because I say
Why?
bing bong a lot.
You say bing bong a lot.
I just
You
think
always
it's
have, to be honest.
I always have. It's a funny expression, and I think it's my favorite 2 words to put together.
Bing and bong.
Bing bong. They're
Bing
so
bong.
similar, so different. It's like a yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
It's just does it all. What expression do you think encapsulates the most of your emotion?
Oh, good heavens! That's the first thing that comes to
Golly.
mind. Oh, bother. Got that Winnie the Pooh energy.
Oh yeah.
A recent one that I quote a lot is "Nah, I'd win,"
Okay.
which is basically it's from a specific show, but it also just epitomizes any time a character is something is like talking mad mess. They're like really talking up themselves, and then they get bodied.
Jinx is not letting Kiraflax back. Yeah. But no, I think it's a very good.
It's the epitome of like talking yourself up and then getting bodied.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like
which I think is really fun. What's another one? Me and some friends made like Touch Character of the Year graphics, and mine, I dropped mine recently, and I put in the corner a text box because I started mine after Pokemon, which meant I used Pokemon text boxes like the titles and whatnot, and it said "Special thanks to Dylan's Burger." I quote that all the time. It's a sketch, it's a comedy sketch.
What's it?
What's up?
What's the comedy?
It's a group of guys who, well, just 2 guys in a row, and they're at dinner with their old professor. And the professor is trying to take Dylan's burger. He goes, "That looks really good." He goes, "Look over there," and he like reaches over. He picks it up. He's like, I'm just joking. I'm just joking," and that's like the running bit. And I would describe it to you in more detail if we were not on the mic, which we are. And we are soon to watch Kiraflax potentially take this next off with Jinx. But again, contesting, we've hit off stage can be pretty dangerous. Even when you get back on stage, Jinx just runs away
88
with that
after the
opportunity.
hit.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that feels like that killed mad early.
Deep breathing just does it.
He really does just like run away with that opportunity to punish and kill.
One thing I think we see consistently is that Jinx is not afraid to do crazy things, I guess, off stage particularly. Because we've seen Kiraflax quite a few times tonight. And every time it doesn't seem like anyone really tries to contest him off stage, but Jinx is someone who's definitely made that effort. Just the same with how Kiraflax is also going off stage for Jinx, which is makes a matchup a lot more exciting, I guess. As much as it can be very cool to see ledge trapping, I think edge guarding has a lot more depth, but a lot more risk.
Yeah. I think ledge trapping has a lot of depth as well. It's just like, yeah, it's less risky to pull off.
Maybe it's just less exciting to watch.
Yeah.
So very much depth, very little excitement.
Nice. This is looking really tough for both. 'Cause again, it might be a last hit scenario, but Kiraflax had 152 and Sun Salutation coming his way. Deep breathing still on deck. Deep breathing just offline. They said they were trying to run away to grab the gyro, but they are not. They are not gonna have up.
Yeah, you don't got time for that.
They would have had to do it immediately before they grabbed the gyro, but again, there's not time for that either. Sun Salutation at full charge is going to help a lot, especially because you do not want to get hit by that gyro. You also want to keep healing. Yeah, because if they hadn't taken that healing, they might have died just now. They did get deep breathing while they were still up, and having the gyro is huge. Nice. Being on the outside of Rob helped a lot. Otherwise, you were probably dead again. Wow, what a catch by Kiraflax.
Kiraflax doing a great job just not panicking.
Oh,
but getting a
Kiraflax
little
had
ballsy
such
there.
a good read, but Jinx just, again, like properly adapted and waited long enough. I guess it was probably patient would be the best word.
Absolutely. I mean, that whole last stock, right as Kiraflax really hit those high percents, we can see Jinx was really just waiting for some panic option, a spot dodge, a roll.
Yeah.
And Kiraflax just didn't give into any of that pressure. We did see there he got maybe a little antsy with that up smash. Wonderful read. Would have been sick. But
He's leading the set 2-0 right now. It is looking good for Jinx. And again, you can never count out Kiraflax. He's just one of those players where, again, you just got to keep watching to see how he's going to turn things around. But again, that experience helps a lot. But again, Jinx is no slouch when it comes to time in the scene either. And it looks like he's putting that to great use.
very, very. The hardest my Kirby has ever lost is to Jinx's weak.
One of the hardest, like one of the hardest I've ever lost. Well, the hardest was probably against Skylar. I was playing, I think I was playing that Sims. I got messed up by that game to watch. I think I did like 26% in that was it. Like I touched them maybe twice. That's it. That's probably, touching twice is probably enough to get 26%. But the other time that I always think about was against Mainframe, Zag, his Ike. He's not around anymore, but he was at GCU, and I don't know why I always got so washed by him, because Ike is not good. And I feel like he's got a lot of options that should be pretty easy to read, and I was just like lost in the sauce. The next most after that is legitimately probably player 2's Snake, where it's kind of just like there's so much stuff on screen that I just can't keep track of, and like again, like I said, I always just got lost. And these are two characters who are great at making you feel lost.
Very true.
Where it's like just having the ability to have two projectiles out at about the same time is always a very strong option to push ahead of your opponent. Jinx failing to pick up gyro, but kind of didn't need it after all because we kind of pushed past it anyways. Again, they are building a really strong lead here. It is hard to imagine Kiraflax coming back from this, even with all the tools we know he has and all the experience he's got under his belt. It looks like Jinx might be able to take his way to Grands right now. Ooh, trying to get deep break back on deck, which is a hard time. Oh, nice. Using the gyro and the soccer ball in tandem to rack up 40%. Not quite connecting that down there. Getting deep breathing back, though. Just barely getting hit by a weak hit of that. Again, really strong use of the soccer ball to avoid getting ledge guarded here. Nice. Really nice coverage from Kiraflax.
One of the most important things that people like to focus on advantage, neutral, but disadvantage, being able to really navigate those situations gets you out of the times of feeling lost.
Yeah.
Which is really why Jinx is surviving to 150 that stock. Even Kiraflax has survived for so long. You can really just see the experience and not just knowing your combos, not just knowing how to navigate neutral, but also how am I going to increase my survivability?
Nice.
That'll
Yeah,
do it.
like just the art of not dying, and a lot of it in that last game was Jinx bouncing the soccer ball back to make sure that it was essentially counter ledge guarding Kiraflax, which is probably really frustrating to deal with. But even on top of that, Kiraflax really kept his cool up until the very end, and put on a really strong showing. But unfortunately for him, Jinx is going to take that 3-0 and move on to Grands. But I think we do have a exciting. I think we should.
Wow.
We are going to have some exciting sets coming up in losers in just a minute, but before that, we are going to take a 5-minute break. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned because we are going to have even better sets when we come back. See ya.
Sounds great.
fine. Welcome back.
Hi,
We're back at
everyone.
FFF number 104. We're actually still waiting for sets, so I think we're about to send back to another break. But I want to challenge myself with just filibuster. People talk, you know the business. This
Yeah.
is Galaxia.
Hi, I'm Galaxia.
Former GCU student, now present GCU student.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
back.
I'm back like
Uh,
I never left.
he
'Cause I
he
really
wa-
didn't.
He wanted to be a commentator for a while, now he's a TO. But we actually never got to commentate because the only times that we had the opportunity were open comms, so we basically never seriously commentated. 'Cause
And
I
a
know there
lot
was
of
definitely
that was also both of us still like doing
Yeah.
a lot of amateur bracket, trying
Yeah.
to play the game and not realizing.
That's what
that-
I mean. Anytime it would have been you were already doing it, and then
Yeah.
I would like come on and do it for a second, but you would leave, and then you'd come back and then I'd leave. So it was like nothing serious.
Yeah.
And then of course for a while we've had it be a student-only thing, where of course obviously the paid position is students only, but even like if people want to come on and guest commentate
Like
or
for
whatever,
me,
it's still
I'm
gotta be students
helping
only.
out. I'm helping out Parker, just giving him the night.
What?
Oh,
Grudge match.
Grudge
Okay.
match.
Ooh.
Packstorm underscore.
Packstorm underscore. Wait. Get them over here. Get them over here.
Bring him over.
We have to do mic work if it's a grudge match.
Absolutely.
We have to. We have
Absolutely.
to. Yeah, come on. Come on.
This way,
come
guys.
on. Come on.
Come
Pep
on.
in your step. Come on.
Come on.
All right, I'll just I can give them my headset. You kind of just ask
Sure.
what they want to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, Casey. Hello, Coach Storm underscore.
Hello.
What are we doing here?
Grudge match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the beef? What's the
he,
beef? Come up with beef right now on the spot.
He didn't show up to day 2 at tryouts.
Oh
It really
my
threw a wrench
God.
into plans.
Ooh, no
He-
day
he
2
chickened
tryouts.
Out. He chickened out. Yeah.
No day 2 of tryouts. I can't believe this.
Yeah, I can't believe it
Ooh.
either. I need to put him in his place.
All right. Well, Parker, how do we want to do this one?
Here, you go next.
Yeah, Parker.
Okay.
Welcome
okay.
back. Welcome back on mic.
I don't know what he said, but it's not true.
It's not true. So you did show up to day 2 of tryouts.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am busy
Yep.
gaming in my own way. I think the real question is why weren't they for me at the second day of
Ooh.
tryouts? They were in the building. I was saucing on my own.
Ooh.
They didn't even come to me.
Exactly.
I just saying if you're a coach, you should care about the players.
Well, that's all. That's you know what you're
It's-
spitting.
It's a personal journey.
You're spitting.
Anyways,
All right. So
one game, and then we're gonna throw it on.
we have beef established.
Astonishing mic work from Pack and Storm underscore as they are now about to move. Get my name back.
Yeah.
As they are now about to move into the grudge match of the century. The
All right,
second
best
grudge
of
match
one.
of the night. The first one we had was Toby versus Bennett, but that was actually bracket.
That was actually bracket, but also a grudge match.
because they're
'Cause they
roommates and
hate each
also
other.
they're roommates and also Noah's dad was deciding who to root for
Ooh,
forever.
that's so real, actually.
so
that actually determined who I root for forever, too.
true. Yeah. So sorry, Toby. Nobody likes
Hi,
you
Mr.
anymore.
Ice.
Oh yeah, he's probably in the chat right now. I should
Probably.
check. Let's
be
open that
cool.
up. That's another thing. Chat, get your side bets because it is now Pack versus.
Storm underscore.
underscore.
Washed underscore.
I was gonna
if
say
you
some
will.
might call this a battle for the washed.
Yeah. It's a battle for. I haven't played the game in a full year, but I think that I'm really good.
No, yeah, Casey was like labbing hard and grinding and going to events and stuff. He said he had one of his best events of all time recently.
And
One.
then he became the coach.
Well, because he's like, I'm the coach. I can't be more washed than my players.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm
Um,
saying is that Shane wasn't. Shane didn't lose to players here. Shane
Ooh,
did.
that's a good point. And more importantly, Shane didn't lose to commentators. So
Shane
let's see.
definitely didn't
He
lose to
definitely
commentators.
did not lose to
All I'm
commentators.
saying is
Let me
I
tell you,
got
yeah.
3 stock by that guy at least twice in bracket.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I'm just a commentator
just a humble
myself, and I can
commentator.
tell you, I have never taken a set off Shane in my life.
Yeah, I haven't.
Probably shaved like 2 stocks in my entire career.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm
Beating
not.
it-
I'm not about to be the person who's like, I won friendlies when he was going secondary. I'm like, no.
Now, did I take 1 stock off of his Lucina in a practice game? Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I was like, sure,
Absolutely.
I've beaten him in friendlies, but he was sandbagging. He's coaching.
Yeah.
All right. They're going man.
There
This
go-
is
oh
real.
my God, yeah,
this
no,
is
this
serious.
is so real.
Dang,
All right,
this grudge
FD.
match stuff gets serious. Be ready to die behind it.
Yeah.
He's pancaking.
Oh my God.
I was talking about pancaking earlier
I
because we
also
had a Pikachu on stream. I'm like, what a baffling mechanic.
Absolutely. I also cannot believe that I'm seeing the Pack Greninja.
I'm saying, like, they're going main. So I was like,
Like
what?
when even like at tryouts.
Even at
I mean,
tryouts,
that's
yeah.
the gripe, I guess. Tryouts. It was Parker told me, because I was his first match of the day, he said, I'm just going to try a lot of lame guys.
Yeah. He said, let me try you out.
Yeah. It was a lot of...
all I'm saying is that Pack is leading right now, and I don't think Bethel 3D would have let this happen.
You know what? I think Bethel 3D would have won already, dog.
I don't think Anarch Zero would even let this happen.
Ooh, no. Anarch Zero made top 16. I don't think Storm underscore could have made top 16.
You don't even want to know what Dream Mode would be doing for
Oh
this guy
my
right
God,
now.
Dream
I've
Mode.
never seen Dream Mode lose a set.
No, absolutely not. I actually saw Dream Mode get third once.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That guy TO's rock, paper, scissors.
He does, because he's the GOAT.
Yeah. Speaking of GOATs, again,
down.
Pack took first stock, and we know Pichu. Pichu stocks basically take themselves.
Absolutely. I don't actually think Parker has hit Casey this entire stock so far. I think it's just been 33.6 done to Casey by himself.
I just meant, the Casey edge guard and such kind of nonsense like that.
Up throw thunder is a real thing, or up throw side B.
Yeah.
Up throw skull bash is a real thing if you're just Storm underscore.
I say not to mention, you self damage of course, but also just like how light Pichu is. I mean, Parker, Parker does not take the game that seriously. He doesn't even compete anymore. But if there's anything, it's that he knows way more about his character than you probably think. I know he literally studied percent thresholds for every person that he knew he had to play.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, I'm just saying, if he knows what down tilt forward air kills for Pichu, it's over.
Yeah, dog.
It's over.
He never missed an up smash kill confirm on my Game & Watch.
Yeah, I was like, exactly. I was like, I've never seen an up smash. He didn't confirm.
Like, if it is, then it's not through fault of his own.
Yeah.
Ooh, the counter. Trying to punch the landing, not going to find anything. It's good forward smash on the log.
Good punish, Casey.
Good
punish on the log. Yeah, good.
Yeah, and there's another stock down for the washed coach, who
It's
is about
not
to be replaced, actually. I think
Pac should probably just become the coach.
I think Case is about to get fired on camera.
They used to call him Storm underscore. I started calling him Coach underscore. I think he really was just washed underscore.
That's why I said, Storm underscore never really retired. Spazstick retired because Spazstick
was good.
Sets.
Spazstick was good.
Spazstick would be team captain on varsity. Yeah. Storm underscore. Oh, yikes. I've seen some 33rds out of this guy.
Raises the tires for he's scratching his belly in front of Casey. Tell this guy to put that away.
Absolutely.
Wow, I guess.
Shocking.
Is he just bad? Was he bad the whole time? Parker popped off in a way I've never seen. Cut to room cam. Show those guys.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we don't have the cam right in front of him anymore.
Wow.
Coach underscore.
Coach is actually fired.
I might even be dare to call him fraud underscore. Parker, say your words.
Parker on the mic.
Put me on the team.
Parker, you're going to be the coach now.
I'm just, what can I say?
What
it's watching all the matches all the time. I'm just down. He threw for content. Anyways, thank you for watching. Now I have respect, which is nice. I have authority almost. It's like credibility.
Yep. All right.
Now, I don't know if it picked up on the mic for you folks at home, but Casey Storm underscore as he passed by said, I threw for content, but that implies that he's entertaining to watch.
Not sure about that one. Jury is out on if it is fun to watch Storm underscore play the video game.
We'll get back to you this time next week on if we want to watch Casey play.
Not sure about that one, guys.
Pichu's cool. It's one of those things where I'm like, you're sacrificing so much to even try to be good at this character. You're kind of by default.
I think the craziest part is that this school my freshman year had the craziest problem where they saw that guy be the captain of varsity. They saw him being like the big cheese.
Yeah.
And they were like, my character isn't clicking. I'm gonna pick up Pichu. And every single time he's like, why would you do that?
There was like 24.
I did that.
There were like 24 people who did that.
I did that. That was me. I switched off Mr. Game & Watch. I'm stupid.
The like top 10 in the game probably by most accounts. Watched an HBox video earlier. You put him in top 5. Insane.
Okay. He's a little crazy for that one. I'm not sure if we're going to trust Hungrybox on his opinions on this game.
No, yeah. Ags was watching the video, and so I was like, oh, let's see this. And he had, like, the S tier, and then he had a tier above S tier where I was like, okay, is this just, like, Sonic's tier? And I was like, who has he not said? I'm like, has he not said Palu? And I'm like, no, Palu was like, A or S tier. And I was like, I think he has the same Game & Watch. I'm like, no way he has Game & Watch. I know he's good, guys, but he's not in the godlike tier.
Sorry, guys.
Nope, he was in the godlike tier.
There's
Joker wasn't. apparently he had said Joker already.
There are 2 Game & Watch players in the world. He's not that good. He's good.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is not Mr. Game & Watch.
This is Fox and Sora. Neither of them were the best in the game. But, you know, Fox had his heyday.
Fox did, yeah.
Sora probably never will because this is probably the last game he's going to be in.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when Bro's coming back. And honestly, good. You know what? I'm happy for that because I sat there watching that character get announced, and I was like, I've never felt worse in my life.
Like, guys, I know Mickey Mouse is public domain now. Sora has got a couple more years.
Sora's got just
a couple more years
time.
to go. You just got to wait it out.
A little more time. I haven't played a Kingdom Hearts game, so I cannot tell you when the first one was. I don't know. It was like, what,
early
2000?
2000s. Probably 2002.
2003.
If I had to guess.
I don't know. I know there's Toy Story.
True.
Monsters, Inc.
That's in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh,
So.
well, that goes to show how much I know.
Yeah.
All I know is that Atomizer's had a pretty long and storied bracket run so far. I know Atomizer was also in consideration this past season for PR.
He made PR, I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
I thought he did, but I wasn't sure. So I said, who do I know that would know every bit of random information about AZ Smash? I saw the Zach. I went, hey, Zach, did Atomizer make PR? He went, yes. I'm like, cool. Atomizer made PR.
Atomizer made PR. Why do we have 2 Soras on PR, dog? Who let this happen? Yep.
Shai's not on PR anymore.
Well, Shai's HMs.
Oh, touche. That kind of counts. And one Incin.
And one Incineroar.
By that measure.
I don't really. This state sucks.
Yeah. This state's dope.
This state's cool sometimes. Not in Smash Bros per se, but
yeah.
That was awesome. I like that.
I was like, I actually do kind of wish Sora would get tuned up a little bit. The number one thing for me is spells. I was like, Faraga is actually a pretty decent projectile. It's good for everything you need it to be.
Thundaga's pretty good off the ledge.
Thundaga, we saw Atomizer get punished and killed for it by Jinx
like
6 times. It is absolutely the worst one. Because Blizzaga is good in like the narrow scenarios where freeze attacks are good in this game.
Yeah.
And even then, you kind of have to play a weird guessing game where it's like you can usually win, but
that up air connected, that was death, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know who let this happen, but absolutely stuck on that platform for a little bit. All right. I mean, I'm a Fox hater. I'm gonna come out and say I'm a Fox hater.
Like Fox.
I think this character's lame because stuff like that.
Did you do that? Yeah.
I mean, I think there's this very big like. I hate Firefox Fridays.
I hate Firefox Fridays. I hate my fans.
If I'm gonna soapbox for like my 5 minutes on stream today, then I'm gonna say Fox can be cool, but I do not think that. I think a lot of Smash players have this weird thing where it's like, if the character is fast but not camping, they're cool. And I'm sorry, dog.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I was gonna say even like the ideal Sonic versus the optimized Sonic, where it's like optimal Sonic is running away from you, but Sonic could have been cool.
Sonic can do like really crazy follow-ups and just like jump forward air and kill you at like 30.
So I was talking about Palu.
Never gonna do that.
We saw a Palu. I think it was Scooby Drew, and my reasoning for that carries over to Fox. Where I was like, I said I like Palu and I like Fox because it's just nice when you have a character where their stuff just works. And they feel good control. And they have powerful options.
They have good
tools. Good tools, and they all work well. Good movement. I like characters that are good.
Yeah, good characters are fun.
I think the worst misconception so many people have is that low tiers are cool and top tiers are all lame.
Yeah.
I give me Fox before heavies almost every day.
Give me Fox before Richter Belmont, dog.
I like Richter.
I know you do. That's why I said that.
I said my big problem is that like all of my favorite characters are like D tier. It's like Zelda, Richter,
Incineroar.
Yeah, Incineroar.
Incineroar's the best character you probably have in the lineup.
Yeah, I was like Richter, Zelda, Incineroar, Robin.
Okay.
This is game 2, and game 1.
That's a stock gone, by the way, like just missing the side B off stage.
Yeah, I was like Robin, and I was like the one exception is like Pac-Man, but I don't ever play him in friendlies.
I just think he's really cool. I do remember the formerly Weather Pac-Man.
I mean, wait, no. Is it 2-0?
It's 1-0.
1-0. I meant to say 1-0. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I feel like we just went over this game 1.
All right. That's another thing I hate in this game. Every character gets back to ledge for free.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad. Like, I feel like I should be rewarded for gimping you off stage. Not that I should suddenly be in a possibility where I'm going to get gimped while I'm trying to get back.
I watched enough Jinx tests today where I was like, you just don't contest people off stage in this game. Just ledge trap. Ledge guarding is not worth it. You are going to get spiked, and it's going to be stupid.
Absolutely.
My thing that I can't ever tell is a hot take or not, because I feel like
Oh
it's a
my
mechanic.
God, 3
I
forward
feel like
airs.
it's a mechanic that people who play the games that have it like it, but I feel like also that people who don't like it. Ledge hogging. For some reason, when I play a game with ledge hogging, I'm like, this is good to do. This is a good mechanic.
I like ledge
that
hogging.
rewards you. The poor should get poorer, and
You
the
know-
rich should get richer.
Absolutely.
And
if you're on ledge, that's on you.
yeah, exactly.
You know, if you're off
Yeah.
stage and I'm holding the ledge, okay, get back on.
I was like, get back. I think it should be more difficult to recover than it is in this game.
Absolutely. 'Cause
Part of it is just so many characters have so many tools. Look at Sora. Sora
Yes.
is never losing
Well,
off.
to also look at Fox. Like, Fox was a character who, in like the original Smash Bros., and even in Melee, it was a character where, like, if they got too far off stage, they weren't making it back.
Yeah.
Mia got down into the bottom blast zone
Yeah.
and still made it back, and that Fox
And
Smash.
made up for that win. Up smash again, like you said. Yeah, that's
The
the other
move's
thing. Is like I
cheap.
think if you like put a gun, put that laser to someone's head and say,
Yeah.
give me a Fox weakness, they'll be like, bad recovery, and it's like, no.
Bad projectile.
Yeah, true.
There it is.
I
did
said
it.
earlier, I was like, yeah, you can kind of just like that's the thing. I was like, you would prefer a different laser on the character probably.
That's
'cause-
the thing. Like, when I play Fox in this game, I think that's also probably the reason why I hate Fox. I play Fox like this is Melee, dog. Like,
Yeah.
the little brother lasers especially.
That's what I said.
Little brother laser is my favorite.
That was it all. What's the little brother? What do you mean?
So that's ancient GCU lore that actually came from Mount Si High School, the high school that I went to in Washington.
Oh, I see.
Where little brother laser is the concept of just like the one Fox laser that you just like shoot off stage and it hits them, just to do damage. Like it does nothing.
Yeah.
It does not almost at any
Okay.
point influence the game. You just do it.
Yeah. It's like good to harass your opponent and make them want to come to you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Any character who has more options to make their opponent approach them is a better character for it. Steve is the best example where it's like, you can mine, and then they just have to approach you. They feel like they do. Because a lot of players will tell you, no, just camp them.
Especially once I put that little dirt wall
Yeah,
in front of me
yeah.
and I start just.
A lot of people were like, no, I don't care. It's a -2 if they have diamond. It's still a -2 if they only have wood. Just let them mine and make them approach you. Don't fall for it. But
Yeah.
it's still one of those things like you're going to feel pressure to do no matter what. And Fox Laser's like that too, where it's obviously way less of an extent because you're doing like, what, like 2% at a time?
Yeah, it's 1.8, I think. Like,
Yeah.
I had a notebook that just had every single, like, neutral B, like,
Yeah.
damage. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. For fun. Probably for unmedicated mental illness.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The autism.
Undiagnosed is what I meant to
The
say.
autism's going crazy.
Yeah. I meant to say undiagnosed autism was my joke, but I kind of forgot all of those words.
Because
Just had
of
a
your
freestyle.
own
Because of
autism
my
that
own
is
undiagnosed
diagnosed.
Because of my undiagnosed autism.
absolutely.
Okay, Atomizer made it back. Nice.
Feels like a lot of this is just Atomizer trying to get something at ledge, but like I really do not know what Atomizer's like end game out of this situation.
Mia
is.
has played every character under the sun in this bracket. Like characters I have seen her play a lot, like Roy, and others that I haven't. Like what was it? Byleth was one, but I feel like I saw that a little bit more. There was another one in that exact same set. that I
Wasn't
can't
there like a
remember.
Lucina or something?
That was Kiraflex playing Lucina.
Okay, that's Kiraflex.
Either way.
I saw Lucina on, and I saw Mia sitting down. And I'm like, oh.
You have you assume, yeah. But then, yeah, she played Fox in that the very last game of that set and won. And so I think she got knocked to losers and was like, all right, I just got to lock in.
Lock in.
Yeah, like,
we know a
all
lot
right.
about locking in recently.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing I'm quoting a lot recently. I said nah, I'd win is something because Parker was asking me like favorite words or something. I don't know why, but I was like nah, I'd win is a big one because it's the epitome of like talking yourself up just to automatically get rinsed.
Oh my God, that Fandago. I don't really know why the Firefox there, but
Yeah.
Firefox Fridays.
Whoa.
That's the name of the event.
Are we changing the name of the event? I don't know. I know we're changing other stuff, not the logo, but we're changing the stuff on the posters and the stuff on the posts.
Oh, it's 'cause
Stay tuned.
we
It's the stuff, yeah, I know.
We can't do that.
Atomizer, nice with the down throw. That's the other thing.
I mean, the ones that I've watched Atomizer today was set against the greatest player of all time, Young Yuloj.
Yes.
Um,
Who got salute?
Salute. Pour one out. He's
that's
not
what I-
dead.
that's
He
what I
just
was
got
about-
knocked in a loser
I was
bracket.
about to talk about fast falling because that's another reason why DDD gets absolutely rinsed in this matchup.
Absolutely
It's like,
rinsed.
I was like, he was a big body and he's a fast faller and he's also like weirdly floaty, but not in any way that matters.
Yeah, not in a good way to
yeah.
be floaty. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely the worst way
He
possible.
has all of the things that make you combo fodder, and Sora has the Nair loop that eats combo fodder for breakfast.
Ooh.
Nice up smash. Again, I just like characters that have a thing where you're just like, I can reliably hit this button and win.
No, the fat. Oh
Persona 5 Royal.
my God, Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah, we're actually competing in a real game now, Fall Guys.
Oh my God, Fall Guys.
That side bracket
Stumble
would be
guys.
super bad. Oh, have you played it's another offshoot one that's super bad. It's like silly something or it's so dumb.
I have not. I saw like 5
Silly
of them
Run.
like pop up in my like app store like the week that Fall Guys got like really big. I'm like, these are not making it out past this month.
Yeah. Sorry, I was doing heart towards like this, right?
Backwards.
Hold on. How do you do Among Us?
Among Us.
Among Us, something like that.
It's like we gotta like.
Hold on, you do it. It's like, hey, Eric, come over and do it.
Eric, come over and do
you know
Among
how to
Us.
do it. Do Among Us.
Do Among Us with the half heart.
Come on. You know how to do it. Come on.
How do you do Among Us?
Do it. That's not Among.
That's not Among Us.
Get at it. I can't rely on you for anything.
It's like.
I'm not wearing the shirt yet.
Do the heart.
Oh, true.
Do the heart. Do the heart. Do the heart.
Oh.
Hold on, I got it.
That's
Among
close.
Us.
That's it.
Among Us.
Oh wait, I have to do that.
There we go.
Now
Among
it's
Us.
2 feet. We call this FFF Among Us. I mean,
The Among
FFF,
Us side
I mean
bracket?
FFF 104.
Remember the first Thunder Summit where there was supposed to be Among Us, and that just never happened?
I mean, the second Thunder Summit had Among Us Arena, and that was, I think, by far one of the most like beloved side brackets we did.
I think it's either between that or Samurai Kirby.
Samurai Kirby. Okay,
Samurai Kirby
I'm
was
still
heat.
mad that they banned screenshotting. I don't care if it's dishonest. It's funny, and you're bad if you fall for it. I'm not bad because I do it. You're bad if you fall for it.
Absolutely. I should be allowed to scream.
Ags and
during this.
Jaden complained about it so hard that they got it like banned, and I'm like, it's so annoying.
Screenshotting in Samurai Kirby.
I don't care if it's lame.
No,
I was the goat.
No, that's what
I'm saying you got it banned
banned.
because you and especially Ags like complained about me doing it. I feel like you didn't fall for it as much. Ags fell for it like every single time. Yes, really. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
All right. Have they played yet? I think they
yes,
did, right?
I'm.
Yeah, Kira Flex won.
I say, if I'm not mistaken, Kiriflex sent Mia to losers, which is I actually said correctly earlier, where I said Mia went Fox last game and won. And I'm like, she didn't. I'm pretty sure she narrowly lost.
Yeah.
I have been loving watching the Kiriflex Dark Pit. The Rob is great. The Rob is great too. It's just something hits about Kiriflex's pits. And where I said I was like, Kiriflex is like the. I mean, I'm not Kiriflex. Pits are like the epitome of like this is an honest character with nothing special.
that's why a lot of people when like this game came out,
Yeah.
and they saw that like, especially last game also, when they were like, man, Mario's stupid.
Yeah.
Who's the new Mario in this game? It's Pit, probably.
Yeah. Whereas like, yeah, Mario has like insane ladders. Pits, even in Smash 4, they had literally nothing in a
No,
bad way, where they didn't even
absolutely.
have kill moves. In this game, they've got the tools, but they're like normal, fine tools.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, you look at Mario and everyone's like, oh, Mario's like the baseline, like standard character. Honestly, I think Mario's like in like the conversation for like top 3 Smash characters of all time.
Yeah.
Like across all 5 games.
Because it's Fox and Pikachu.
Fox and
easily
Pika,
top 2.
and then like.
I guess Sonic was pretty
Well,
good.
like all 5, you know,
Yeah.
because like Sonic has all 3 of them.
That's what I meant. I was like, if you're in, yeah, those for every game.
ZSS has 2, arguably 3 with this one.
Yeah. That's the other one, is the ones who are in less are just like harder to place. Where it's like, yeah, Cloud is broken in Smash 4, and he's still pretty good in this game, but he isn't in the other ones.
Like this is the first time Marth has been bad ever.
That's what I was gonna mention. Is so that's the other thing about like. That's one of the things that makes Smash harder to learn competitively. I will not say Smash is harder than other fighting games, but I also won't say other fighting games are harder than Smash.
It's
apples to oranges.
Yeah, no, they are not comparable, but
But the thing that is one of the hardest things about Smash is like where to start, especially Ultimate, where it's like, what character do you play to learn fundies?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it is Lucina.
absolutely.
But like, Wolf is pretty good option for that.
PT has
I think
like
PT is.
PT
I think
has
it's
some
too
cheese.
complex.
I think PT has a little
Yeah.
bit of extra cheese.
I think it's more so just too complex. Like, not that's the only character where you're gonna have to deal with balance
Oh my
like this.
God,
Switching.
no way.
Wow. Mia, like I said, has turned up the heat ever since just
I
going
mean,
solo Fox.
former number 3 playing state.
Again, like
Current number
depending
4?
who you ask, still number like top 3.
Current number 4.
Yeah.
I think if we're
Mia
doing
is explaining to my TD real quick. Mia is pretty inarguably top 3 in the state for almost her entire career. Currently, she was inactive for long enough to currently be ranked 4th on PR. But in terms of like overall skill, like if she gets back into the routine of playing the game, she will definitely easily like go back to those top 3. Who's 3 right now?
B Rice.
That makes sense. Well,
because B Rice and me have kind of jostled back and forth for that 3. Yeah, B-Rice and me have kind of jostled back and forth through that 3 spot ever since like what was the college only event in 2022? Was it Surge?
I know what you're talking
Was
about.
it Surge?
The thing is, I remember for a while thinking that top 3. I was like, okay, so everyone knew Stroder was the best player for the longest time.
Yeah,
And
it
then I
was
like,
Stroder
okay,
and
then Captain Krupp was second. I was like, okay. And then
Ba-
for a while I
because
thought
Base Mage isn't
well,
in Arizona
B-Rice
anymore.
doesn't count. And for a while I was like, okay. I think I've heard that B-Rice is like a big name. This was when I wasn't that informed. But then I saw Mia at more events and saw her results. I was like, wow.
My first introduction to Mia, as I think it was for a lot of GCU, was the most infamous GCU set of all time.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. No,
but we're not going to talk about it here.
No, it's really funny. You can. She's a good sport about it.
Yeah. So it was
it's
our
Simply
good
Turtles,
friend Simply Turtles
Yeah.
at SSS 2021. So at this point, like, Noah Simply Turtles, he's a pretty respected player on the team. He's pretty solid.
But
Mia,
in the AZ Smash at large, he's unknown, and he's
very
just like a
unknown.
masher, cheeser, whoever.
straight up, like, regarded as one of the cheesiest players of all time. And I think Noah will admit he's a cheeser. Mars called him out on his stream
He's
as a cheeser.
proudly a masher.
Yeah, 100%. And so Mia at this time is number 3 in the state. Shows up to SSS
easily.
as the 2nd seed in the event behind Captain Krupp, who's
Yeah.
number 2
Who
at
ended
the
up
time.
winning the event.
Who ended up winning the event. Not over Mia. I think it was over. No, it was over Mia.
Yeah.
It was over Mia. No, it was Eki. It was Eki.
It was over. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
It was
Mia
actually
finished
1
third.
second. Anyways, go ahead.
And somehow, we're not entirely certain, but Noah Simply Turtles managed to beat the number 3 player in the state.
Because it was the last game.
And
he's locked down on the ledge, and he's like, "What is a humble?" Probably at this time, what, like 3-2? I don't really know. Well, he's better than he's always been pretty good.
He's always
But-
been like one
but
of
like
those
I said,
guys who's
in
like,
the
if
reputation-
you're betting on someone to make top 8 at FFF,
Probably.
Noah's a pretty safe
Yeah.
bet.
Well, he's actually a very unsafe bet, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that the thing? He's like, what is a humble Simply Turtles? What is a humble Terry man with nothing to his name, but some pretty weird upsets to do in this kind of situation where I'm on the ledge and she's actually at lower percent than me.
I'm at 100. That's the important part.
And I'm at 100. That's interesting. Get a Buster Wolf.
Get up Buster Wolf to win the set.
Which is like the day one, never get hit, just shield or jump, do anything.
And that's the other thing.
And she was literally like, no.
Like right now, Mia loves Final Destination.
Yeah.
She let Noah go to Final Destination.
And so she famously was like, running match me right now. And it was really funny. And that story goes around all the time
Absolutely.
here. And
well, because it's a very
usually,
it's a very fun comparison looking at Noah, and it's why we had the Bennett Toby in bracket grudge match earlier, because Noah has this amazing feat where he can do that, and then literally months later, I beat him.
Yeah. The example we always use is they're like, he can beat Mia. He could beat like out of state top players.
Absolutely.
But I was like, the example we always use was like, any day of the week, you never know. Someday he could probably lose to Lil Bulb. You never really know.
Yeah. Well, Lil Bulb is the GOAT.
Yeah, I was like, Lil Bulb's the GOAT.
That's it.
And I was like, usually that story with Mia, not the kind of thing you politely share on comms, but there's an interaction that made me know it was always okay, where I think maybe they played in Grands. I don't know. They were talking in another Grands or something, but they were talking about it, and there was a part in that set where Noah went for get up Buster Wolf, and she surely was and punished it, and ended up winning the set. And so everyone was like, "What's up? What?"
Jinx is not ranked. Jinx hasn't been ranked in a long while. Jinx did peak at 9th, but a lot of it's been like either medical issues, just not going with it.
It's lack of attendance, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like he's gonna sweep FFF for a long time.
Yeah, like last semester, Jinx pretty uncontested #1 at FFF, especially among GCU students.
GCU students, for sure. But no, I was saying, yeah. So the Simply Turtles interaction later. We were like, she was like, I noticed you for it again, and he was like, yeah, it's kind of it. Okay, so it's a thing my friends like to joke about, and she was like, don't worry, my friends like to joke about it too.
GCU has a lot of those.
Which again, I was like, I'm glad that everyone's a very good sport around here. I think it creates a very good environment at FFF that we try to promote.
The lower bracket version of that.
It's maybe a college campus, but it is a kids game. so
The lower bracket version of that story is Flo's Crandor.
Yeah, Flo's Crandor, the low stake, low bracket version.
We're saying that the lower bracket version of like Simply Turtles Mia is Flo's Crandor.
Anytime
and they happen at the same event too.
Anytime, it literally
they happen at the same event.
No, I cannot imagine. Like every time I see Flo's in a bracket, someone's like, "That's the guy that lost to Crandor." Or anytime, like I swear I saw Flo's Crandor matched up again, and people
The
were
crazy
like,
part.
people were like, "You know what
crazy,
happens next
no,
time."
my favorite part. He lost to Crandor the second time.
Really?
Lost to Crandor the second
I
time.
thought he won.
He lost to me. He's never lost to me offline. He's never beat me offline.
That's really
Yeah.
funny.
He's beat me twice in Wi-Fi brackets, but he's lost to me twice outside.
That's so funny.
So
you guys
you
just
heard
did-
it here first, folks. Snake is carried in the Donkey Kong matchup only online.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Crandor losing to Ping.
This is a call
You
out.
hate to see it.
Ooh, crazy call out.
That's a 3-0.
That is a 3-0. That is into grands now.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where now I realize I was like, I don't think I talked much about the gameplay. At least we talked about the player on the screen.
That is true.
That was a clip that was going around recently where people on comms were joking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. Someone was like, I hate when commentators go off topic. It ruins my experience. And TK Breezy. I was gonna say arguably top 3. No,
definitively
top 3.
Because
Arguably top 1.
Because
all
it's
members.
E and Coney.
It's
as
E,
well.
Coney, TK.
Yeah.
All 3 of them can be considered top 1. They're kind of all just the GOAT. He quote retweeted it. He was like, "This is really stupid. They're working like 5-hour blocks over there. Let them have fun with their job. You could obviously not do better than them at this." And I was like, yeah. And I was like, they're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Hop off. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Chill out, guys.
It was at a pretty major event. And
It
someone
was
was
at
like,
LMBM.
yeah, it was at LMBM, yeah.
It was at LMBM.
And someone was like, well, yeah, but you don't know how many people in the local scene would like die to have that spot. I'm like, that's true. I would die to have that spot.
Absolutely,
But
I agree. But that's not what we're talking
that's
about.
not
here.
their fault. And more importantly, that's just up for them to make more blocks.
Absolutely.
Rather than putting so much time on one person, especially at a major event. Like here, it's fine. We can do it. We don't even have 100 people today. We have 70 though,
We did have
which is pretty good numbers for the first time back.
Not bad.
And like I said, that's why we also rotate people, is just to keep everyone warm.
Keep people fresh.
Speaking of keeping people fresh, should probably start tearing down this room.
Probably.
I haven't. What's up? Yeah, Jinx's secondary is Peach and Daisy.
Yeah.
For the
Jinx
record.
has a lot of Peach Daisy experience.
Also, Jinx famous for not going Wii Fit in grants.
Absolutely infamous for not going.
So Wii Fit is like somewhat famous.
Honestly,
sometimes
I would
called throwing in grants, but this is not throwing. This is a secondary.
I would
Like,
be
it's not
more.
gonna-
I would expect to see Palutena before I see Wii Fit.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this genuinely might be a counterpick.
I mean, yeah.
Also, in fairness, if there's any time Jinx is not going to throw in grants, it's the FFF for tryouts. Let's be real.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Pretty safe bet for the team.
Yeah.
You know.
No, these are the 2 players where I was like, going into tryouts, they're auto locks.
Yeah.
Mia decided not to try out, but I was like, people will be like, well, what about this? Maybe that. And I'm like, you say that, I promise you see the results and they're 9-1 over everyone except each other. You're not going to be able to turn them
Mia
down.
went 10-0 day 1.
Really?
Mia went 10-0.
I thought she went 9-1 to Jinx.
No, beat Jinx.
Dang.
If I remember right, what is happening down there, dog? Okay.
Okay.
Crazy reversal.
Yeah. Okay, Jinx.
I mean, yeah, the Daisy.
I said it's going to be very interesting in these next few months because there's.
They are. Ooh.
She saved him.
Absolutely.
That's so nice. Well, I mean, she also would have died.
Well, yeah, there was nothing you could do there.
But yeah,
Oh my God.
Wow.
Is that death?
I'll actually say this after because this is down to the wire.
Oh.
He saved her. What a nice friend.
What a nice friend. They are tight.
He said, favor for a favor. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah. Fist bump.
Like I said, they have integrity in and outside the game.
Man, they are going down there.
What even happened?
What was that?
Can we just like clip that entire game and make that's the highlight reel?
Yeah, how long was that? I gotta see this on like.
Actually, yeah. Hey, don't press A too fast. No!
No!
I wanted to see the runtime.
No.
Yeah.
They were all in the They were all in
They
the
were
bottom
all under
blast
the
zone.
blast zone. Not a single kill on screen. There's other TDs just pointed that out.
Peach.
Oh
my God, the counterpick character.
Oh, I was saying, I remember now. I'm getting way better at keeping mental notes. Anyways,
Awesome.
It's going to be really interesting for these next couple months to see who's going to become the top dog at GCU. Like FFF is a whole other story. From GCU students specifically, because for the longest time, I would defend to my dying breath that it was Dom, and that's not just because me and him are good friends. That's
No, even my freshman
legit.
semester when Casey was like team captain and all that, and it was the last. It was honestly his last dance. Like
Yeah,
the second semester, Casey was like Wizards Jordan. I'm not gonna.
when I came in, people were like, "Who are the best players?" They were like, "Probably Casey and Josiah." But then, like looking at results, it was obviously
very
Dom.
clearly became Dom.
And then it was obviously Dom, and in that semester he like eclipsed them. He was already ahead of them. He, like,
Definitely.
eclipsed
And
them.
then I will say, I think for a second, I think it became Ethan.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that even when there was strong arguments for people saying Ethan has a better like performance, he's more active in the game, he has better wins, and people would say also would bring up Ags from time to time saying he has the consistency that Dom doesn't have. I was still like, no, it's Dom. I was like, you're saying that because Dom's not playing as much right now. Dom's playing Mario right now. He's playing DK in bracket. He won a bracket with DK.
He won a bracket with both of them.
So I was like, the only time where I was ever like, there's a player above him was last semester when Jinx finally first came in.
Yes.
As I was like, Jinx is better at this game than Dom.
Yeah.
Jinx has way more experience in this game with Dom, and is more like if Bright attended
Oh my God.
as much as he did last season for just a few seasons in a row, I'm sure he would again come ahead.
Yeah.
But right now, these two on screen right now, Jinx and Mia, are the two players who came in to GCU with the highest skill level.
Absolutely.
Like,
well,
just automatically.
because there's no one else that we've ever had at GCU that's been ranked on PR.
Yeah.
That is the big differentiating factor.
Whereas, like, we're in any other era, automatically top one, not even close.
Like as much as like I talk with Adam, Casey, and Josiah all the time about like the goats of like GCU Smash history.
Yeah.
We bring up TMJ, we bring up Aldo, we bring up all these old guys that
Old
like
heads.
all did really well. They were never top 10 in Arizona.
It's the freaking Jordan LeBron conversation where people say LeBron had tougher competition. Than
yeah,
everybody above
LeBron
Jordan.
played against or Jordan played against plumbers.
And whereas
Plumbers and firefighters.
And Jordan had an overall like really good team to pull him along as well.
Yeah. Again, man, Casey's Michael Jordan. Awesome.
What's up? What is it? Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Why?
Bah.
Anyways,
Back air.
you gotta know. I don't know sarcasm, Brando. You can't be doing that to me.
That's true. I have just like slash S.
Slash S. Yeah. True. True and real. Slash real. Speaking of being real, this is getting very close.
This
and
is this is like what's the money line on like this finishing in the blast zone again?
I was gonna say because I can't even say because I was gonna be like, yeah, they got rinsed. I'm like, they really didn't. It was close, but it wasn't really close either. They kind of just shenanigans happened, and this game isn't really that finished.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it wasn't even just
Dash attack.
Actually, no, I won't blame it on the game. The interactions were whack.
Definitely.
It's not the game's fault. Sakurai, forgive me.
Sakurai, make a better game, please. Sakurai, make a game that isn't Smash Bros.
I told you when we were playing Street Fighter, was that I on one hand, because Sakurai is such a seasoned and like well-proven game developer, and I know he has a heavy interest in traditional fighting games, I would love to see what he would do with a traditional fighting game, but I know he has literally zero interest in that, which would mean his heart wouldn't be in it, which means it wouldn't be good. So it's like, we should probably just do Kid Icarus again or something.
Nair.
Nice Nair, and that's going to kill as the back hit too. So that sent across the entire stage.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known how to DI that.
Still killed.
I don't even know if it was DIable.
Winnable? Winnable?
Right, that's 2 elite for Jinx. Yeah.
Oh,
Cheesable?
we didn't mark on the thing, but Mia's coming from losers.
Mia is coming from losers.
So keep that in mind for you watching at home. This is potentially the last game of the set, which means I will get my last anecdote out before we actually lock in, which is just going to be that Sakurai came up with the inspiration for Smash Brothers because he was rinsing someone at KOF.
He was
rinsing someone.
girlfriend. Yeah, he was showing this guy that he was showing this girl that her guy was a jobber.
And his Iori Yagami was the GOAT.
Absolute
which is
jobber.
my main in KOF, so it made me very happy to learn that.
Absolute jobber.
Yeah, and he's like, I think I don't want people to feel bad when they play video games.
And then he made Smash
look,
Ultimate.
shield break! No, what are you doing?
No way. Okay. All right. That was.
All right. I was about.
That was almost a crazy fumble by like both
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, we're like, okay. GG's. We both played
GG's. We both played horrible. We're gonna take it off in the middle of the game and start running.
What's the opposite of locking in?
I'm so
being asleep at the wheel.
I'm so
I don't
EB.
know. I'm so asleep at the wheel. What's up?
Chilled out.
Yeah, chilling out. All right, I'm gonna lay back. You can take it for me. I don't really care.
Oh my
Again!
God! Again. That's the third shield break.
Shield breaks are something I really like, but like very
alright.
few characters have like reliable options to do it. Obviously, Martha's has the best shield break in the game.
That's my favorite part of playing Bowser at tryouts. Is I'm just like, I'm
It
gonna
is a very
catch
reliable
someone
one.
sleeping.
Ken theoretically has them.
I mean, that's why I kept losing to Braden for a full year.
Braden's only landed it on me once, and when he did, first of all, I felt like a jobber and a goober because
I
clearly like was not supposed to get hit by that. And he said he was like, I feel like I haven't hit by someone like with that in like a year. And the reason is because Ken used to have extremely broken shield breaks, and they patched them out.
Yeah. I do remember, like, because when I started working on my like Ken amiibo, I was
That's
like,
a good point.
I was like, shield break up.
When you were playing Braden, that was before Ken got this game was still getting patched.
This game was still actively getting adjusted.
Yeah.
Shout out to my character for not getting touched in any of the 15 patches
I
this game
remember
had.
me and Dom like hugged and cheered and like cried when we saw the final patch. It was like, thank God, Instant did not get touched. I was like, yeah, they didn't buff him, but at least they didn't nerf him.
Yeah, crazy Tex under here.
Yeah.
By the way. Like
Okay,
this
we are
entire
logging
matchup
in.
has just been like
Tex Tex or no Tex. Did you die under the stage or did you live and then get back to the ledge? Tech
yeah, tech
support.
support.
That's a good point. Yeah. I coined the term Jesus tech. I think me and Tom joke around a lot because it's the tech that hits that famous clip.
Yeah.
In Smash 4.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is winnable.
Yeah.
But also this might just be Jinx's time to close out and definitively
and do a peach combo and rack up 50% while we're saying, oh no, Mia has a shot.
It's a daisy combo.
All right. I'm not calling it Daisy Bomber, dog.
Yeah.
I'm calling it Peach Bomber.
Yeah, I was saying that the big talking point of tonight is tryouts, and Jinx is trying out, and I think with this performance, if he comes out and wins FFF, it's going to pretty definitively lock it in of why he deserves that spot.
Absolutely.
What time is it even?
It's
We're
like
a good time. It's
11.
only 11:20. Wow. These guys move fast. Well, I guess because we have 70 attendees as opposed to like 120 like we did a few times last semester, I should say. Sorry. True.
We absolutely
true.
have. Ooh, wow. Finisher off the top. That's the end of the
Nice.
bracket.
That's the end of the bracket.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
There we go.
End of the bracket.
Applause. Well fought. They gave a little hug. That's when you cut to the room cam is when they gave a little hug.
They did.
Interview.
Jeremiah,
interview. Come here. He gave me a thumbs up. That's all I need. That's true. We have had 50-person brackets take longer. That's because they were brackets where our top players were Shy and the Zek and Ethan 04. So
and Ethan 04 pre-Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
Or during Steve.
Steve era. Whereas now, we have people who mean business and probably have something to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just let him take his time. We're in no rush. What is Eric trying to show to the thing?
It's a rooster.
That's hype.
It's a rooster with the Jays.
That's hype. Penguin 1 is good at discovering good images to show me.
I love Young Deloge.
Yeah.
Hi, Young Deloge.
I think a lot of people I get along with the most just show me interesting stuff. Like I've said before, hanging out with Sydney feels like I'm a caveman discovering fire, where I'll just be shown like a 10-year-old internet video I've never seen in my life, and I'm like,
that's so real.
That's hilarious.
All right, we're gonna hop on to
Here
the winner of the
Jinx.
event.
Of course, my best friend ever, Jinx, famously second only to Galaxia, who just hopped off. Oh yeah, how are we gonna do this? Do you want it? You can just hold up the mic to your thing, to your ear. I mean to your mouth if you want. There we go. Okay. I didn't want to make you have to do that, but it's okay. Welcome, Jeremiah.
It's nice to be here.
Nice to be here. Okay, I'm glad you can get picked up. How do you feel about your run tonight?
I feel like I played out of my mind.
I agree.
I was very, very focused and kind of in pain, but I was pushing it.
Yeah. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm
Good now.
alright.
Okay, yeah. I've said throughout the entire night, the big narrative of tonight is the question of tryouts. I'm imagining you're feeling pretty good about your chances right now.
I am, yeah, but I'm also wishing the best for my teammates.
Oh,
as
of course. Well, that's what we love to hear is the integrity. We were saying a lot about that. Like, we love the spirit of FFF, like just a lot of really good sportsmen like
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It's like one big community.
Yeah. Mia saved you when you were about to SD early, and then you went back. And, well, because she had OT, she wouldn't 11, and you went back and saved her later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what we love to see. We're people who love of the game.
Good sportsmanship.
Yeah,
That's what we love to see.
Exactly. Speaking of love of the game, is there anything you'd like to say about your run tonight besides just playing out of your mind? Any of your opponents you in particular you'd like to applaud?
Definitely shout outs to Atomizer.
Okay, yeah, he played extremely well today
Yeah.
as well.
Also,
really
also
proving that spot up
Flex.
here. Oh yeah.
Longtime friend, but worthy opponent.
No, yeah, I mean, I was playing that up a lot as well. I was like, Flex definitely just one of the old heads of Smash around here. I was like, has a reputation for a reason. I was like, he was definitely showing that off tonight.
Yeah.
Putting on a good performance. We had a really good lineup today.
We did.
Yeah.
A lot of new faces showed up.
Yeah, a lot of new faces and also
A lot of
the old faces. Yeah. Oh, I had another question. I kind of forgot what it was. No. Do you have anything you want to say about that last set with Mia though? The grants. Because you did beat her earlier in winners.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
She beat you?
No.
Oh no, she lost to Flex. Sorry, I'm mistaken. Who did you? Oh yeah, you were
I-
in winners. Yes, I'm stupid. I was like, who did you lose to? I'm like, oh, you didn't. Did you play? You guys didn't play earlier then, yeah.
We didn't. I played Caraflex.
So how'd you feel going into her fresh?
Scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she is very, very worthy.
Yeah.
But I got to give it to her. She really played her heart out.
Yeah. And do you have anything you want to say to the community? Grateful for your win, stuff like that.
Make sure you guys sign up for next FFF
Oh,
every
yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. I mean, 70 attendees, that's chump change these days. I mean, we've hit
Yeah,
over
we've hit
100
over
3
100.
times last semester. So let's get us to that next one. We're in the new room. It seems like it's a pretty good setup. I mean, I actually really like the space, to be honest. It's almost a little bit better. Not that I don't miss the old room, because
Yeah.
new setup's always tough.
It's always nice to have a new location.
Yeah, but yeah, the community really appreciates you, what you're doing for here. I don't want to keep it too long because I know you probably want to go get your rest.
Yeah.
We definitely want to get out of here.
Yeah.
So if you got any last words, I'll let you say that. Otherwise, we can close this out.
We can close it out.
All right, congrats for your win. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And I think we are ready to just close that FFF in general. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching FFF number 104. 70 attendees narrowed down to the top one. Like we're saying, Jinx making his run to try and prove himself to be one of the best around here. And like you said, hoping the best for all of his teammates.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.